What are you doing tonight? It's Sunday. What do you think? If I knew what you were doing, I wouldn't be asking you what you do. Well, I do the same thing every Sunday. UndergroundAholics. Let's go!
Wake up full of Sunday, you don't wanna be late. Smoke up, son, and get straight. It's going down, it's almost late. Show is starting here, play. Special shows on Friday, random shows on Wednesday. The underground is here to stay. Call it what you wanna call it. I'm an undergroundaholic. See the name, go on and say it. This is UndergroundAholics. Grab your phone and tune it up. I'm watching UndergroundAholics. Checking yo, we in the chat. We talking UndergroundAholics.
Hi, everybody. What's going on? It's Sunday. You know what that means? Another episode of UndergroundAholics. I got my co-host, LaZyEyed, over here. How you doing, buddy?
All right. Slept all day. Just got done cooking dinner.
Yeah, y'all didn't see it, but he was literally cooking dinner until right when we started. And sorry it took me a little longer to get everything started, but Patrick Stunner was having some issues with his camera. But we decided to do it earlier tonight because he's got to get up early in the morning for work. So we always try to accommodate the homies, and it's going to be a dope-ass episode. And Terry broke his sink, just in case anybody was wondering. What does that say? 21 days till my interview. You guys ready? Yeah, Terry, I got to get some music from Baby Tooth to send over to him for him to chop and screw
All right.
for the episode.
You have exactly 3 weeks, sir.
Yeah. He said 21 days till my interview. He's got a countdown going. He ready. But let's bring Patrick Stunner in here.
What up, yo?
What's good, dog?
Good to be back. How you doing? Yo, yeah, LaZyEyed, you weren't on here last time, I think, because it was Mania weekend, which I understand that shit, because I'm a wrestling fan myself, so, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, WrestleMania will be the only reason that, like,
bro, I get it. I'm so fucking dumb half the time. I didn't even look at the dates when I was putting it together. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be in town now. That's cool, you know. So yeah, but nah, it's cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we were going to have you on last weekend on Saturday, but then I ended up having to work because my...
Yeah, it ain't no biggie, dog. Life happens, man. Life happens, you know.
But yeah, so you dropped this project, I guess it'd be a little over a week ago.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday was a week.
Yeah.
And this is my most personal album I've ever put out. You know, I made my last album was animated, and that was like a fun, you know, kind of all over the place album. So this one I wanted to really dive into like the personal side that not everybody gets to hear, you know. And I mean, like I'm a well-respected guy, I think overall, but you know, I did some shit, you know, I got some grimy shit to my past, you know, so I figure I put, you know, let everybody know everything, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, and this is definitely a full project. I mean, there's, 21 tracks with 4 of
21
them
tracks,
being
yeah.
skits.
There's 16 songs, yeah, and I think 5 skits, I think, or something like that. Yeah, off top of my head. I guess I should have did my own homework on my own shit better before I came on.
Now, are you planning on doing videos for any of these?
So for this album specifically, I'm not doing any videos, but me and RJ are actually, we were talking about it last night again. We jotted down some ideas for spots we want to go. We want to make a video for that song, My Time. Because to be honest with you, My Time, even though it dropped like a week before my album dropped, that song was the newest song I wrote yet, because that was kind of just like, I wanted to give everybody something while they were waiting on the album, and it was sitting in my computer and just chilling, and like I just wrote it not long ago, and I just feel like I listened to it, I'm like, man, this track really needs RJ on it. So I sent it over to him, he chopped it up, and then, you know, did his thing behind the scenes with the producing and shit, and got it up, and yeah. But This album, no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna do any videos. If I do, it might be to like Supreme or something like that. But it's real personal, and I feel like a lot of the stories I'm giving, like my mom's gone, like some of the people I hung out with ain't there. You know what I mean? Like shit's changed so much, and I don't want to fabricate it, too much. I'd like to keep it as authentic as I can. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But yeah, so there is a video on the way though. We're definitely shooting a video from my time, so that'll be out sometime this summer.
Yeah, I like videos because my ADHD causes me to not be able to pay attention.
Bro, I'm telling you, I love videos, and it's so hard sometimes. Just like RJ's boy now, he's been doing some video stuff for us. But before that, it was hard finding people to do video work, and at least for I'm one of those guys, like I'm old school, like I'll favor for favor you, you know what I mean? You look out for me, I'll look out with you. But like some of these guys, like and I know like there's some like I've seen some like high end work, video stuff, and I think people should be paid for what they do, to a degree too. But some of these prices, man, when these people hit me up in my inbox sometimes, like about trying to get me to get a video made, and like and I and then I don't know, they just throw some crazy numbers at me and shit like that. So for a while, we weren't even doing videos because we just couldn't find anything that was somewhat decent, where it wasn't completely fucking us up either. You know what I mean? No, and I
Absolutely.
know there's people out there too. I don't know all the outlets either. You know what I mean? Like I know who I know and shit in the scene, but I'm sure there's homies close by that could, hook up for a decent, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, Grim Smiles. That's who I'd
yeah,
reach out to, dog.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Yeah, Grim, man, he was on my animated project. Yeah, that was we did a track on that, yeah. But I didn't even know, I didn't even think to hit him up about video stuff though. You know what I mean? Like I something I didn't even think of, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, that's what we're here for, man, to connect people.
absolutely.
Because Nasty Inc., he's going to school for all of that stuff too, the audio and the video stuff.
Dude,
So
the
he'll be doing
product
all
that
that.
kind of shit's where it's all at too. Like everybody's looking at that. They look at the quality. Like your song could be, not even the best song, but if you got really good ass production on it, you got a dope ass video, people are gonna fuck with it. You know what I mean? Because of what it is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, videos are highly important, I think. But yeah, we getting on the grind with that now. Now Cam been doing the video stuff for us, so I think we're trying to see what we can spin with the wheels on that. You know what I mean? Try and get everything going. So
What's good, Cruel? I see you in the chat. Anthony Woods. Appreciate you, brother. What's good, Mike Z?
hell yeah. Yo, I can actually see some of the comments this time.
Yeah, so Holly, so with we have Restream now. So with that, Holly is able to interface the comments. So it'll
Yeah, that's
actually
dope.
show them from Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, wherever anybody pops up, it'll show their little icon on there.
That's dope as shit, man. Yeah, I fuck with that.
Yeah, trying to move up in the world.
Ain't we all, brother? That's what we're here for.
You want to dive into the project?
I'm down.
Are you ready? Okay, I had to make sure she was ready. She's over there doing 50 different things, so I got to make sure
Oh
she's
yeah,
ready.
I guarantee you, yo, she's probably killing shit behind the scenes. A lot of shit going on at once.
Dude, she does so much shit because, like, when we're
I guarantee
starting
you.
the intro, the reason that it's so long is because she has to go and jump onto Facebook and change the post from private to public, and like she reposts everything, shares it all out. Like,
Yeah.
otherwise we wouldn't have nobody in here.
Nah, bro, y'all go hard with the shit for real. Like, props to her. I mean, props to everybody. You know what I mean? But I know she be doing a lot of shit too.
Yeah, we just sit here in front of the camera and bullshit. She'll tell you.
Yeah, for real. For real.
And Terry just gets super baked and spaces out and stares
That's
at
about
me.
what I'm about to be next. So,
All right, what's the first track we got?
first track should be Three Amigos.
You want to talk about it?
It's kind of self-explanatory, really. It's like an overview. Like I did the first track as like an overview for the whole album. And then my second track I broke into like my youth, like it's called like so. But yeah, the first track's just like an overview of like what to expect to hear throughout the album. You know what I
All
mean?
right.
So, hell yeah,
All right, well, let's run it. Three
hell yeah,
Amigos.
hell yeah.
I told told you with this album I'ma get personal. And even rapping on me, I'm not merciful. I'm writing all the lines, controlling what the verse will hold. But I'ma keep it real and tell you things you wish you wouldn't have heard. I've been a liar and a cheater and a thief. I made decisions that frowned upon me. I heard the ones who had showed up for me and then gave all my time and my love to the streets. Like late to my birthday meal so I could sell drugs. Time could have spent with mom, but I was getting drunk. A lot of wish to change, a lot of shit I shouldn't have done. But try to tell me that then it was a battle that you wouldn't have won. Even if you won, cause I didn't give a fuck. Impulse decisions, man, fuck listening to the gut. I should've had my act together before they gotta clean me up. The blood stain is orange after 4 washes out in the tub, That's the shit that I was rapping out at 7. By the time I stuffed that $50 bill up in my jacket. Why I did it, can't imagine stealing money from my back. Luckily I had took it out and then put that shit back. It's fucking whack, the shit I used to do as early as that. I should've had my ass whooped for a stunt like that. Couple cracks across the mouth or getting smacked up in the head. And now I'm at the age I needed more to knock some common sense. Shit. These bitches. Loyalty is what we preach and how it's supposed to be. Now this the part that y'all was waiting on to hear from me. Of course I did it, I ain't gonna lie or even be discreet. I did a couple women wrong, I'm not gonna name them, that ain't me. But everybody's aware and nobody's perfect. I felt retaliation too when I deserved it. I can't be mad cause I'm the reason for the problem. I'm the entertainer here, it's just a different subject matter. Matter of fact, I always carry controversy. Though the older I get, the less I really start to worry what you people think about me. I'm just trying to do my shit. I'm telling stories to you guys that I ain't even have to give. But I did it cause I grew as a person. I used to pop up in your inbox when you was uncertain. Took advantage of the times when you was down and was hurting. Only worried about myself, do my thing and it's curtains. Then I lied about this shit like it never even happened. Even though you saw the proof, I tried to play it down and laugh at it. But in reality, my mind is a mess. I get myself in these problems and everybody's upset. I ain't proud of what I done, but shit, I'm willing to bet that there's some things you can't blow in your past you regret. Man. And that's real shit. It's my life. Neo Unger.
Yo, that shit was dope. Mike Z said 4 bars in, he already wants a verse.
Yeah, I did see that comment pop up, yo. So yeah, look, I'm speaking this now for anybody listening. Look, I'm down to collab with some artists, man. I want to make some shit together with people, man. I'm all about that shit. I'm all about networking, getting out, doing that shit. So hit me up, yo. I mean shit, I'll throw my fucking my Facebook's out there, my Instagram, like Patrick Stunner. That shit's everywhere. But yeah, link up with me. I'll get you my email and shit, and we'll do some shit, Man,
Yeah, Grim.
I wanna try to help as much as I can. You know what? Yeah, it is early as fuck, ain't it? Yeah, I gotta wake up at 5 tomorrow for work. So I'm like, fuck. I normally go to bed at like 8:30, yo. Y'all gonna think I'm an old man, but I'm normally in bed at like 8:30 yo, on a Sunday. Unless it's football. I try and stay up for football. But I'll still be passing out sometime in the third, fourth quarter.
I'll have Aaron link us up later, man. I'm so down. That's what's up. Yeah,
Hell
Mike
yeah, bro.
Z's out of Florida, man. He's down
Yeah.
there with them swamp puppies.
That's dope, bro. Where I'm actually going to Florida again in July, for a vacation. So that's dope. I don't
See,
know
that's
shit
what
about Florida
happens.
except where I'm at, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Shit, never
Come
know.
on, UndergroundAholics, and all of a sudden people are doing features with each other.
Yeah, bro. That's what's up, though. I'm about that shit. Like I said, I want to help. I want to help the underground, especially being a part of it. I want to help hip hop too. I really respect the roots of hip hop. There's a lot of shit. Like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know everything about hip hop because obviously I don't. But you know, from what I know and like from the MCs I grew up listening to and I learned from, you know, and how they, you know, the way they story tell and the way they, you know, just deliver and flow and like all that shit, man. Like it impacted my life so much. Music has been one of the most powerful things in my whole life. It was wrestling and music, man, and specifically hip hop music. You know, like the whole D12 album, Devil's Night, man. When I was in 5th grade, I had some of the worst times in my life, bro. And that album and the Marshall Mathers LP. Like I said, I was a big, you know, whatever Eminem fan, but that shit really got me through some shit in school. Like when I was really feeling down, feeling low, and like really fucking like I experienced bullying shit. You know what I mean? Like that shit, music moved
Yep.
me so fucking much, man. And it did so much for me that no matter what I give to hip hop, I can't give it enough. You know, no matter what I give to it, because it really, I don't want to say for sure it saved my life, but there's times I feel like it could have saved my life. You know, I don't want to sound dramatic, but like for real, like that shit's what you can relate to when nobody can relate to you, you know? So
Absolutely. And there's
that shit
always
hits
something
me.
you can listen to.
Yeah, I got goosebumps now, bro. I'm feeling this shit.
Yo, appreciate you, Swills.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh,
I
you
appreciate anybody tuning in right now too and watching this shit or whatever, even comment, you know, whatever. Like I appreciate everything, you know, from everybody. You know, it means a lot. Whether you're here for a minute, whether you're here 5 minutes, whether you watch the whole thing, whatever, you know, any little bit of time. I know everybody's busy. My life's fucking crazy busy, you know.
last track sounded dope. I rock stages with Patrick. He's a solid artist. Sorry I'm late to the stream. Shout out to
No,
you
that's cool.
guys.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the love, man. Yeah, that's Zach. No,
Yeah,
he's
we
always
just
been cool with
started,
me,
dog. You
man.
ain't late. We only played one
Yeah,
track. You're good.
yeah, that's it. No, he's dope, man. I haven't. I think the last time I played with him might have been a HMAC sometime, and like at the stage on her or whatever, downstairs. Um, damn. Yeah, he's a good dude though. He's a good dude. It's been a minute now.
Dang, all these people popping in. What's good, CJ? I
I
see
appreciate
knowledge in the
everybody,
chat.
yo. Hell yeah, I appreciate it, yo. Everybody in here, yo. That's dope as shit. But yeah. No, yeah, man, this like I said, rap's just been so much for me in general. I mean music and I like a lot of music, but rap has been super heavy in my life. And like I said, it got me through a lot, so I really can't thank, you know, hip hop enough for that.
Absolutely, dog. There's definitely been times where I'm at some low points and I cut on some music and it takes me right out of it. It's great.
Yeah, dude, it does. It does. If you really let it hit the soul, man, it really talks to you, you know.
There's too many comments. I'm sitting there trying to read. What's the second song?
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
go
looking
into
at
that.
this. The second song is a 90s kid. And this is like I don't know, just like a little bit of like some shit I remember, you know, growing up, like that was popular, what wasn't, you know, what I was doing.
It's so funny because like you said 90s kids unite earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this shit, I don't know. I was iffy on this one. There was a couple tracks on this album I was like, should I put it on? And then I'm like, but I have to because it's part of the story. So, you know. But this actually had a decent turnaround. A lot of people liked this song. And I was like, I liked it, but I'm like, I don't know if I like it. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was all right. But
Tons of fun.
I fuck
All
with it.
right. Let's play it.
It's a fun one.
I'ma take y'all back with me and we gon' ride through the memories. Start with these, in a house with 3, Sprinkle Avenue. That's the earliest I got, but that's enough for you. Anyway, I was 5 years old and shit. At the party night light, no candles lit, no candlesticks was even in the house. Mom was worried about a fire that we couldn't put out. Wouldn't allow cussing in the music I had, so I had to be sneaky when I would listen to rap. I used to ride with my sister, as a matter of fact. She's the one that introduced me into all of this crap. Like what? Eminem, Dr. Snoop Dogg. Come on, I rap the lyrics, I followed along. Yeah, I studied the game and shows and all, but let's get back to the moral and the point of the song. I'm just a 90s kid, I lived that life. Yeah, so I'ma tell y'all what that's like, from the yo-yos to the long bike rides, passing Myers Park until we hit sunrise. TRL on MTV, Dre was pushing the chronic and I was pushing repeat. Hell yeah. Freeze pop still hit just right. A 90s kid, I lived that life. Now back then it was Nokia cell phone, there was no such thing as a MacBook Pro. Windows 98 was on the monitor screen, and if you can't make calls, all you hear is a screech like. And now it's all in our pockets, not sunflower seeds. And even though I sucked at it, still joined a little league. I was handed a candy, the yellow cap and a tee. I suck, man, talk about nostalgia. Like Pog tokens, laying it on the counter. G.I. Joe kills Ken, then he mounts the blind Barbie bitch, bends her over and plows her. Hold up, wait, that ain't the shit that I did. There's no way I could have been this corrupt as a kid. I told you motherfuckers how I always listen to Slim. None of this is my fault, you need to blame it on him. I'm just a 90s kid, I lived that life. Yeah. So I'ma tell y'all what that's like, from the yo-yos to the long bike rides, passing Myers Park until we hit sunrise. TRL on MTV, Dre was pushing the chronic and I was pushing repeat. Hell yeah. Freeze pop still hit just right. A 90s kid, I lived that life. Yeah, I was raised on yellow pages, you know what that the blockbuster videotapes and floppy disks and rollerblades and Donkey Kong shit, you know I played it. Cassette tapes, how we got the music. There's two sides, so you have to move it. The Kodak flash captures moments to look at later, maybe some proof to prove it. Bright colors everywhere you saw. You can't find a parking spot at the mall. And MJ the one that taught us the ball, and the same initials held a pop star by the balls. Trends and fads, they in and out. What? Smoke your sections in the lounge. Cap guns with active rounds, a shit champion. That shit wasn't in style when I was a 90s kid. I lived that life. Yeah. So I'ma tell y'all what that's like, from the yo-yos to the long bike rides, passing Myers Park until we hit sunrise. TRL on MTV, Dre was pushing the chronic and I was pushing repeat. Hell yeah. Freeze pop still hit just right. A 90s kid, I lived that life. And that's my life. Growing up, bitch. Looney Goons Productions, bitch.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
Yeah, that shit, it was fun, you know, it was like a fun song, but I was iffy on it though for a minute, you know, because I'm like, man, I don't know, like, it's just, I don't know. But a lot of people liked it, so I appreciate that, you know. Yeah, but
Yo, what's good, everybody in the chat? I saw
yeah,
Eddie in the chat, Sprag
yeah, I was
Dolly
looking at
in
some of
there,
that.
tons of fun.
Yeah, I appreciate that, yo, everybody
Tons of
talking
fun
about they
says,
like
I
that
fuck with
shit.
this as a
Yeah, I
90
just
kid.
seen that, hell yeah. I appreciate that, for real. Nah, I definitely, like I said, I had a, it's crazy too, because I think the last time I was on this UndergroundAholics, we played that song THC, and I don't expect you to remember this because you got like episodes every fucking week, but we played a song, and that same song was on this album, because that was like the start of it actually, like, because I didn't know at first what concept. I knew I wanted a concept album after Animated, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted. And then I had that track already done, and I think 90s, I think that song was even actually started like in my program. Like, it wasn't done or anything like that, but it was already like started to be a song. And I'm like, what if I, like, you know, that's where I kind of put the concept together. Like, what if I like try to, like, you know, put my life in the songs, you know, like the best I could, obviously not like everything, you know what I mean? But I have fun with when I got like a storytelling task, you know what I mean? I try and have fun with them because I really enjoy that kind of writing the most, you know what I mean? Like, where I'm telling, you know, I'm telling you something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely enjoy the storytelling
I
songs.
appreciate that, man. Yeah, they're my favorite. I mean, I like a lot of shit too, you know what I mean? Like, if it's not, you know, just that, because, you know, there's a lot of good shit out there. But for me, that's just one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, I feel like it's a whole lot more personable, and
Yeah,
like people can relate on a much deeper level. Like, don't get me wrong, the hype songs
yeah,
for
yeah. You
parties
need it.
and shit are
You need
great.
them. Yeah,
But a lot of those times, those deeper songs, those are the ones you're really going to connect with.
yeah. You connect with them. Yeah, 'cause you're like, man, that's, you know, because yeah, I'm not gonna go into it, but it's I'll wait till we get closer to the track. But you know, I did a song for my mom on this album, and it's the first one I did in a while, because you know, I made like probably I think two or three already before, like, you know, from different stages. But it was before, like, I really feel like I hit that next level, like with my writing aspect. Um, But this song I made for my mom, you know, on this album, still kind of like triggers me. Like, I hate using that word, but it kind of like fucks with me. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
I get a little emotional sometimes because I'm like, and that's how sometimes like, you know, I feel really good about that song, and I don't really, you know, I wouldn't play it as much, you know, because it's just what it is. But um, I know that song can hit me, and that made me feel a certain way. Like when I wrote that, 'cause I'm like, damn, like I got myself on this one. Like, you know, this is because you know, it's, I don't know, like certain songs like they hit you different and like different emotions and shit.
Yeah, I
But
get it completely, man.
yeah,
It's a release, and then that brings
yeah.
everything back up for
And
you.
like you just like feel it, like, you know what I mean, like through which it's like, damn, like I couldn't have did this any better. I feel like I'm really proud of that song. For out of all the ones I made for her, you know what I mean? Like I'm really, so this album to me just felt really complete, putting everything together, you know.
What do we got next?
Next is more of an interlude. I should have put interlude on the track listing, but I didn't. But it's Little Nike Cap, and that's more like just like a quick jump from like when I was young, yet like 9 years old, up until like when I hit middle school and shit.
All right, let's play it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was me with the little Nike cap, the bright green emblem riding on the black. Me and Angie had a 12-year gap. She was the cool big sister, took me to the pool shack, and we would meet with her friends, man, that was fun. I used to think I was cool just to ride along, cause I got to listen to music like different songs I couldn't usually hear, cause that was rules from my mom. But she just told me not to say anything so I could listen to rap, so now it's fucking sync. I remember back then she had a really small apartment on that third floor with shadow when the ceiling tile was falling or leaking. It was one of the two. I was 9 years old, like I had a slight clue as to anything then. I found myself to be amused with creation I had made. Imagination was profuse. If I wasn't in the living room, I was probably in my room with the wrestling toys in my hand was a common view. I was putting on a show, hell with probably good reviews, while my mama flicked her cigarette ashes watching the news.
I was trying to read the comments. Everybody's
Yeah,
chatting now.
I read some of them. I appreciate everybody showing me love, yo, for real, man. There's a lot of cool people here, man, like showing me love. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I always love the
Real
chat,
shit.
man. The chat
Yeah,
definitely
bro.
keeps the show going. Holly
Hell
gets
yeah.
mad at me though because she puts it up on the screen and then I'll catch myself just sitting here staring at it, reading them, and she's like, "There's a guest on here. Pay attention."
Nah, bro, when the songs are on, that's what I was doing too. I was looking at the chat.
When the
But
songs are on, you do it when
hell
you're
yeah.
talking to them.
Yeah, that's true. I do space out and just sit there reading comments.
Yeah. Nah, it's cool, yo. But yeah, like I said, man, I'm pretty much, you know, I'm pretty easy to find on Facebook or wherever, you know what I mean? Or like, you know, if you want to put me in, you know, contact with people, like I'm pretty open for a lot of shit, man. I try and stay humble as an artist, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I try and, you know, just give everybody like an open shot, you know what I mean? And see where it goes, you know what I mean? I've had artists, you know, there's not many, there's been a couple that like I really, you know, try not to do, you know, things with, but there's even artists that I didn't really, you know, I don't know, like I'm pretty easy to get along with overall, you know what I mean? And I feel like this is a really good place to connect and shit with people and you know, really make some bangers and shit. Cause I even when I tune in here and there, from time to time, man, everything when I hear is playing, like it sounds good. And there's even some stuff that's like not necessarily like the same shit like I would put out, but like you never know how a collab would sound with some, you know, mixing that shit up together sometimes. You know what I mean? You could create a whole new sound. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like that shit would be wild. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty open for a lot of shit. You know what I mean? But man, I said that shit like 4 times.
It's all good, dog.
Oh man.
Nah, I love when people come on here because of the fact that so many of the people that watch are, like Mike Z said, UndergroundAholics is a haven of MC talent. And so many artists tune into this and then they'll be like, oh shit, I need to work with this person. And then, like, couple months down the road, I see this song pop up and I'm like, oh, that shit happened because of the show.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah, and that's dope. That's dope as shit, man. Take the credit for that shit too, because you do a lot too, you know.
'Cause
That's awesome.
even
It's the what's that?
oh my bad. Even
No,
like
go ahead.
even the music that like I've been turned on to so much new music because of this show. Like even before like I started co-hosting and shit, like I was still watching it and it's like, oh, this dude is fucking dope. Let me start fucking paying attention to what the fuck he's doing. Like
Right. Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah, yeah. It's dope, man. It's definitely a really good social networking platform for sure.
Mike
Um
Z
and, and
said,
it,
where are you from, homie?
I'm from Hanover, Pennsylvania, man. I'm in a really small, I don't know, it's getting bigger, I guess, but still a smaller town. I'm like an hour out from like Harrisburg, Lancaster. But yeah, half the shit I do though all the time is always in Harrisburg or Lancaster, you know. I want to give a quick shout out right now to a couple people. One, before I forget, I want to shout out RJB or RJ Batten. Uh, he does a lot of shit for me behind the scenes. And a lot with the producing, there's a lot of music I mix around with too sometimes, and then I send it to him and he'll put like the final touches on. But he does a lot. Like this whole album I sent to him raw, and he did that whole shit. So I wanted to credit him real quick. And also Ryan Berkheimer. Yeah, that dude that he's always with me on stage now half the time. But he started off as like really a guy I worked with. And then he started coming to shows and shit, and he came to like every show. Um, and he knew my songs better than I did sometimes. Because he fucking listened to my shit and and I like look at him like, damn, like, because I'm not even gonna lie, like I don't listen to my shit. I never listen to my shit unless I got a show where I got
oh
my fault. Yeah, my dad was trying to call me.
Oh,
Um,
I was like, dang, did
but
we just lose him
I
that
never I
fast?
never practice for my shit. Um, unless I got a show coming up. So I know I don't listen to my stuff. So he, just from listening to it, sometimes knows more of it on the fly than I do. So I think that's kind of funny. But he does a lot, and I just wanted to shout him out real quick too before I forget and get too deep in. Because without them, and Cam, like I said, doing the video stuff, like that's a lot, that goes into shit. You guys know how it is, with what goes into a show and getting there sometimes, even traveling, you know what I mean? Like just travel expenses, depending how far out you go and if you got to stay somewhere or not, you know. But he's a
Yeah,
good
it's a
dude.
lot.
They're both good dudes. They're all good dudes, you know. But I just wanted to make sure I shouted them out because without them, you know what I mean? I only do so much, and I tell everybody that. Like I don't take full credit on anything, man. I split it up between my team because you know, without all of us, that's how it works. You know what I mean? Like, it's just we all do it together, and that's how it works. So I gotta, I'm only so much, but
Hey, Patty, I see you in the chat. Appreciate you, Harvester. Can you hear us? Yeah, see, I didn't think he
yeah.
can.
Sorry, hang on, let me message him.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to hear anything because he got that
Uh
phone call. He probably lost all his sound.
Let me see if I can text him. Where's he at?
Got to get Wicked Wood on here. I'm down. Oh, he backed out.
Maybe he saw it.
Yeah, I wish it wouldn't do that.
My
I don't
fault. I don't
understand.
know. I don't know what the fuck happened, yo.
No, you're good.
Because I got
So
a phone
if
call.
you get a phone call while you're on here, it'll silence your
No shit.
your
Speaker.
speaker. So
Yeah, no
that way
shit.
it
Okay.
it
We can
only
hear you.
yeah,
You
we
can't
can
hear
hear
us.
you. You just can't hear us.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I'm glad y'all heard me, but I thought I was like, I'm damn. I'm probably rambling too much. This thing probably got the shits of it.
Nah, it's just because you got a phone call. Terry has that shit happen all the time.
Nah, it's all good. I'm just glad the shit was easy to get back into real quick.
That's why I started putting my shit on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that shit right now. Actually, hold up.
Well, you want to
That's a
jump
good
into
idea. Well, how do I
the
do that?
next track?
Is that silent mode?
No, it would be
The
the
next,
iPhone or
I think the next one's a skit. And the skit kind of just like talks about the track. So I mean, it's
Do
up
you
to
want to
you if you
run the
guys want.
skit and then go right into the track afterwards?
If you want, yeah, do that. That's cool. That's cool.
All right, let's do that. Let's run the skit and then we'll just go straight into the track.
Oh yeah.
I'll be honest with you, this next time frame that we kind of hit, it wasn't so hot. I mean, my grandpa had just died, and that was the last of my grandparents on my mom's side. I changed schools. My mom had lost her job. Shit was looking rough. And on top of that, I pretty much became a thief. I started stealing shit, you know what I mean? A lot of it was money. I could sit here and talk to you about everything, but that's what I wrote the songs for. So let's turn the page and journey. Yeah, I did it. I pulled out my gun, stood on business. I carved out his throat, scraped his gizzards. Man, that's a lot of blood now with fucking right. Whoa, what's that you drew in your pad? She likes it. The teacher saw my drawing and she walked past. I said, oh, that's Matt with a head gash and his neck slash, and it looked like something else got him like a split axe. He's fucking dead, bro. This was about the time I had started counseling. With Michelle Wong, she was cool up in Adams County. Well, I thought I started playing with them razor blades and they found me with them band-aids on my forehead and that bound me. Why I do this shit? Up to Hershey Med Center in 2004. Fuck, I fucking hated that, couldn't wait to get out them doors. That shit was bad. You wanna talk crazy, that place held all forms. They need real help, I top charts, I checked out, it's no more. So I checked out of Hershey, right? Because they realized this motherfucker ain't crazy, he's just stupid. I did some stupid shit, right? But I wasn't completely off, I was getting to leave there, but I still had to finish my, you know what, hold up. Yeah. Not finished yet. Not yet. I'm going to school with the medals in York, and that's part of the flexing. Yes. I've been passing and doing my work. I'm not feeling depressed when I study for tests. Yes. I've been happier and I'm not tired. I'm getting my rest. I'm a weight on my chest. Yes. But it's short-lived. Of course it is. Been back to New Oxford. I fucking went. Wasn't happy about it. Hell, that was where my problems in school started. But let's hope that this time is different. We had 6th and 7th grade. And it wasn't too bad. I made new friends, and hell, Brett was one of them ones. Hell yeah. And we smoke weed, we still laugh and carry on. But this goes way back before that, before we broke the bud. Too far ahead. But in 8th grade, I went back to my home roots. Yeah. At Hanover, sitting in homeroom, felt good. I was happy to see all my friends who was happy to see me. Next chapter will resume. It gets a little dark next chapter. You hit high school. You start doing things, different things,
Run downstairs and get that little can.
So I'm not gonna lie, that was one of those tracks too I was iffy on. Cause I'm like, man, I don't know. Like I got that beat, man. I didn't even know what to do with it at first. I was gonna just junk it, but I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, kind of want to see if I could use it, and then that's what it came from, or came out to be, I should say.
No, that shit turned out dope, man. And I feel like
Yeah.
it fits the flow of the project really well.
That's what I mean. I mean, like it's that's pretty much how it was, man. As soon as I fucking changed schools, like I got hit with like everything. Like it sucked, man. Like fucking, it was bad. But I don't want to name drop, certain people because I don't know how, I don't want to put them. Plus, we was all kids too. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to fucking, yeah, I'm a grown ass man now, and so are they. So hopefully they're better off too. But you know, I got my first fight at New Oxford. You know, like when I went to that school. So um, before that, like when I was at Clearview, like in Hanover School District, like where I'm from originally, you know, I had a decent. I wouldn't say like I had like all you know a good. I had a good bit of friends. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't like the most popular kid, but when you're young, you know what I mean. That little, you know, ideally you have a good bit of friends normally. So it was like a big change, man, like a big shift because I went from having friends and getting along with everybody, you know, that I knew to fucking like I only knew two other kids and they were kids I lived around and I didn't have any classes with them and I rode the bus the first year with them, but after that, you know, they switched and so did I, like as far as buses and shit. So I don't know, shit was just wild. Like it was definitely I was sticking my fingers down my throat, man, like making myself sick and shit. Like I was off so much school, man. My mom was threatening to get fined. Like I did not want to go to school. Like I just had the worst time.
Yeah, I definitely understand that, man. I grew up in a military house, so like every 4 years we were moving. It was a new school, new
That sucks,
kids, and
man. Yeah, that sucks because it's hard to get used to, you know what I mean, things and people, you know. But yeah, I get it though. I mean, I
Patty
guess I
said
was
she
lucky.
lived in that area for 15 years.
Who did?
Patty.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, like, you know, where I live, it's really not bad, man. Like, there's not really too much crazy shit. Every once in a blue moon, something crazy will happen. But it's not, you know, there's drugs, you know, that's become a big thing around here. And I'm not talking about like weed and shit like that. Like, you know, there's like, you know, fucking Royal Farms in Hanover, and you know, they got like black lights in there just so it makes it harder to shoot up. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, that's kind of fucked. Like, you know, I don't know.
Yep.
But I don't know. Like, I'm not against like, you know, like I'm pretty open minded to a lot of stuff, but some of the shit out there when it gets crazy, crazy, I don't know. It ain't for me. I know that. I dip my
Yeah, I
hands in
feel
that
that.
shit, you know. Like, I mean, I played with some shit, you know, when I was younger. Like, I think the craziest thing I did was when I smoked opium, and I didn't even know what the fuck opium was. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what I was smoking. I was new to smoking weed, and these motherfuckers, and that's that same song we had on last time, that THC song. You know, that's the people, you know, from the that you know I was doing it with. Um, I didn't know shit, man, but I could tell by like the taste and like just the way it burnt. Like it wasn't weed. I wasn't that dumb. Like I knew something was different about it, but they didn't tell me until like we were already, you know, had used it, and they told me it was opium, but I didn't know what the fuck that was. And then I looked it up when I got home, and I was pissed, dude. I was so mad. Cause I'm like, man, I didn't want to do heroin, and then like, you know, some other things happen, you know, and I don't know if anything was ever. There's things I don't know, and there's things I'm not gonna question now, cause I'm still here, so we made it. You
Yeah, I
know.
get that completely, man. It's like the first time somebody passes you a blunt and it's a dipper.
Dude, dude, my first blunt story ever. I puked on a Care Bear and they wanted to kill me, man. I swear to God. And I went up, dude. I was like 400 pounds. I no bullshit, bro. And I went upstairs. I remember, and I got it was like it was one of them houses, you know what I mean? So everybody was in it, and you know, like they would always break the ramen noodles up and shit, like they do in jail, and put the seasoning on it and fucking shake them up and eat them like chips and shit. But I went upstairs and I got that vanilla chocolate and strawberry ice cream, the big 3-gallon bucket, bro. And I was tearing into that motherfucker, yo, because they already kicked me out of the circle because I puked on the blunt. I party fouled. I was pretty young, but I was new to that shit, bro. And they told me to take like the biggest hit I could take without like breathing pretty. And I was trying to impress them. And I was young, man. I was like the second youngest one there. So I'm like, hell yeah, I can do it. You know what I mean? So I go to do it. And I like died, man, on the hit. And it was so bad that like it just threw up. Like it just, I think it was like stomach acid, but it came out. And they were pissed, man. Dude, they were pissed. And I mean, and I get it, you know, but it's like, you know, y'all kind of asked for that shit too. Like you knew I didn't smoke like they're the ones that let you know the first time I smoked with, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's fucking wild. But anyway, we was young and dumb, and I hope we've all, you know, I hope they're doing good now. I hope, you know, all of them are better, but who knows?
So what do we
But
got
that's it.
next?
No, we're still in that time frame where shit's a little ugly, I think, right now. If I'm thinking right, I think doing dirt's next.
Yep.
And it's crazy because this beat was used almost for like two different songs that didn't happen prior to this. and I completely erased them. And then this came out of it this time.
All right, well, let's play it. Doing dirt.
Hell yeah.
My life's a party and it's always been a shit, dog. I dabbled in the stuff, I did some shit wrong. I slept on opportunities that others missed on, and when I hit my grave, it'll probably get pissed on. Fuck that, dog, I don't give a fuck. I can't change any past tense, I'm done. Can't change. Slide deep, need a couple $100. You don't need a cover face when your family's sleeping, huh? You don't gotta tell me I'm a piece of shit. Why? I took ownership of that, it made me sick. Yeah. I grabbed the keys to the box for the flip, put it back where it was, now I ain't saying shit. I've been slipping and tripping, I'm living life wrong. My mind twisted and turning, it's like a cyclone. I'm crumbling and falling, watching as the night fall. Go and get my shovel, then I shovel to a fool hole. We digging, we digging, we digging, dirt digging, we digging, we digging, we digging, dirt digging, we digging, we digging, we digging, dirt digging, we digging, we digging, we digging, dirt digging. They trying to figure out what fueled this shit. Good luck. When it occurred, when it first began. Probably John. The motivation was a curious kid, taught right from wrong. I just did what I did. That's honest. Was it the devil that was working in my head? I'm trying to figure out my rights and wrongs. There's no excuse for this. Stolen media and money I put on a front for them when I was younger. Merchandise that made me feel happy to get. New CDs, DVDs, stolen property was in my possession. I was wrestling with demons, they would win. I was taking anything I felt the need I want to get. I guess I caused a little heartache, the heartbreak kid. I've been slipping and tripping, I'm living life wrong. My mind twisted and turning, it's like a cyclone. I'm crumbling and falling, watching as the night fall. Go and get my shovel, then I shovel to a fool hall. We digging, 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 25. We digging, 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 we digging.
Yo, that shit was dope, man. I definitely want to hear that on some speakers.
Hell yeah, I appreciate that shit, yeah. Yeah, man, that shit was like a diss track at one point, yo. To like when I was on some like, I'm glad I didn't put it out. I mean, not for my own sake, but just I don't know, like it's just it would have been stupid now. But and it was another song. It was a song called Gravedigger before that. So the Doing Dirt title still kind of like it still was kind of like themed almost like that, but I just went a different way with it. But
I
hell yeah, I
saw
appreciate
Wicked
that shit.
Wood and Freak in the chat while we were listening to that. What's good?
Hell yeah. Yeah, I appreciate everybody. Like I said, man, on the comments, I'll probably say it like 100 more times tonight, but everybody, sending love and shit. I appreciate that shit. Y'all send it right back. And like I said, I'm open to collab too. So
Yeah, get some work in.
hell yeah.
And in case y'all didn't
Let's do some shit.
realize,
Let's all grow. Let's all grow.
and in case y'all didn't realize, Holly made me turn my light on. That's why it's a whole lot brighter in my room now. Damn it.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's cool either way, but
She was like, "It's too dark. Nobody can see you." I was like, "It's perfect."
he's like, that's how I like it. Fuck yo. But yeah. Man, this like I said, this whole album in general was fun. It was a deep album, but it was fun to make, like the different tracks. I think they all kind of overall went hand in hand together. Because for me, it was hard to. I was worried about topping animated because for me, animated was a really good turnout for a project. I took a lot of pride with that. Like I was happy with it, and all the artists that helped that. Because that was my album where I put all features on. I wanted as many features as I could get for that album. Um, and then this one was like the complete opposite. I didn't have any features on this album because this is the first album I did without any features on it. It was like like a full album like this. But it also was like I said, storytelling. From my perspective of my life. So I feel like if anything, this is one of those projects where I wanted to keep as personal as I could.
Yeah,
All of
absolutely.
it.
I think you did a great job so far. I mean, it
I
has
appreciate it, man.
flowed
For real, I
really
do. I
well.
appreciate that. Yeah, that means a lot, man. I appreciate anybody, like I said, that reaches out and listens or whatever, and like I said, I'll listen to like, people want to collab, send me shit, you know what I mean? And yeah, let's do some shit. But I'm trying to think of what the next song is off the top of my head. I think it might be THC.
It is.
It is. I thought so. Man, and that's the one we played last time too. But like I said, it really fits with this. Like, yeah, this was the start of it, really. Like how it all kind of started and came together.
Yeah, so for those of y'all that were here last time, we had Patrick Stunner on here. Y'all heard this song. But
Yeah, it
for
was
those of y'all
unreleased
that
then.
weren't,
Hell yeah.
are you ready? All right,
Hell yeah.
let's play
I'm
it.
good to go.
We was rolling up anything back then. It didn't matter. I was 14 doing shots downstairs. I got plastered. You know we got the ketamine and the PCP. What? The man chattered. Just give me weed and a little bit of nicotine. And it scattered. Thinking we was gonna play a little rock band after school. Guitars hot, drums rock, and a mic, yo. Now that's cool. So we get into the gaming room, and inside was one dude. And he got a thick blunt rolled up. That's a one-way ticket to the moon. I never did this. And that hit. I was locked in after the first pool. I started burning sticky PPJ with the mushrooms. A little bit of X and the acid, my tongue moves. The grass is really greener when they're pushing the drugs through. When I was drugged through from the bottom of the mud, but it's all good, cuz I'll be back next week for more. I gotta make a quick buck, gotta do a couple chores. Gotta keep my grades up, my mom checking on me more. Always asking me shit that I can't really ignore. But she don't know what I'm really dipping in. All the fun I'll be having, the way I'm feeling within. But it's okay, cause I know what I'm doing. I mean, I really fucking don't, but either way I be using. I'll be back next week for more. I gotta make a quick buck, gotta do a couple chores. Gotta keep my grades up, my mom checking on me more. Always asking me shit that I can't really ignore. But she don't know what I'm really dipping in. All the fun I be having, the way I'm feeling within. But it's okay, cause I know what I'm doing. I mean, I really fucking don't, but either way I be using.
Yo, instead of sitting here smoking and playing games, you guys wanna take a trip?
I mean, I'm down.
We could check out that abandoned house.
Yeah.
Yo, should we get the girls or should we just say fuck that?
Man.
Nah, I'm just playing.
Yo, get him, yo.
Come on.
Nicole, Mindy, come on.
Hey,
Yeah.
come here.
Alright.
Put this on your tongue.
THC, that's the Hampton crew. We was rolling 8 deep, always breaking the rules. And I was constantly stealing money and sometimes jewels. And I was fiending for something, slowly becoming a goon. So they was led to assume that I was gonna be problematic. I started learning grams over problems with mathematics. And Illmatic from Nas is what I was bumping. Didn't put it up my nose till I was already 20-something. But they did, and they went on to do some crazy shit. I've been locked up selling the H, and he the one that taught me 3.5 was an 8. Maddie, Matt, Nicole, Alex, Mindy, and Clay, and myself all together, we was back in the day. We did a lot of wrong things, really came a long way, but I still get haunted from when I used to say, I'll be back next week for more. I gotta make a quick buck, gotta do a couple chores. Gotta keep my grades up, my mom checking on me more. Always asking me shit that I can't really ignore. But she don't know what I'm really dipping in. All the fun I'll be having, the way I'm feeling within. But it's okay, cause I know what I'm doing. I mean, I really fucking don't, but either way I be using. I'll be back next week for more. I gotta make a quick buck, gotta do a couple chores, gotta keep my grades up. My mom checking on me more, always asking me shit that I can't really ignore, but she don't know what I'm really dipping in. All the fun I'll be having, the way I'm feeling within, but it's okay, cause I know what I'm doing. I mean, I really fucking don't, but either way I be using.
Neil, wake up. Hey, my mom's gonna take you home, okay?
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she's gotta run to town anyway. I'm gonna put a joint in your bag. That way, if you have a bad day through the week, you can smoke it, alright?
Really? Is that cool?
Yeah, man, don't worry about it. I'll see you next weekend.
Yeah, man, see you next weekend.
Bye, Neil.
I'll be back next week for more. I gotta make a quick buck, gotta do a couple chores, gotta keep my grades up. My mom checking on me more, always asking me shit that I can't really ignore, but she don't know what I'm really dipping in. All the fun I'll be having, the way I'm feeling within, but it's okay, cause I know what I'm doing. I mean, I really fucking don't, but either way I be using. I'll be back next week for more. I gotta make a quick buck, gotta do a couple chores, gotta keep my grades up. My mom checking on me more, always asking me shit that I can't really ignore, but she don't know what I'm really dipping in. All the fun I be having, the way I'm feeling within, but it's okay, cause I know what I'm doing. I mean, I really fucking don't, but either way I be using. Either way I was using. Yeah, said either way I was using.
You're wrong, by the way.
Yo, that was dope. That definitely fits the whole vibe of the project, dog.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, that was when man, that was some real life shit too. I mean, this whole album's real life, but I mean, like feeling that shit, like that's when I was like taking money and shit and like jewelry from my mom and shit. Like when I was, dude, I was doing some grimy shit, man. So, and those, I don't know, it all started there. I'm not blaming, I mean, I do blame to a degree, but not completely because I still knew what I was doing. I take
Yeah, but
accountability for my own shit.
I always love to see people turning their life around for the better,
Yeah,
dog.
absolutely. Absolutely. Like I'm all about, partying and having a good time. I really am, and I think there's a time and a place for everything. But there's also there's some things you just really shouldn't do, you know? And that kind of shit, I try and make sure I'm not really fucking with people that are involved with heavy shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't really give a fuck if, you're on psychedelics or any crazy shit, whatever. Like I don't judge, whatever, I have my own demons too. But I don't know if it's like if we chilling and like I see you like break a needle out, I don't know. Man, that shit might change my opinion a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right?
Like I'm not trying to be a dick, but I don't want to see that shit.
Terry just left. I don't know what happened. He shut his camera off, his mic off.
Oh, he
He
might be
said I'm
yelling
done
at
with
the
this
child.
motherfucker, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'm about to have to deal with something real quick. Let me not have no video evidence.
Oh, you good, yo. That's
He might be
funny as
yelling at the
shit.
child.
All of a sudden, he comes back. He's all sweaty, looking out of breath. There he is. Look.
Fucking choke out a kid.
He had to whoop some ass.
Told you, I told
He had
you.
to open a
it's
can
a
of whoop
kid.
ass.
My bad.
Nah, bro,
You're
you
good,
straight.
dog. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, man.
Hey, that's
She
life as
has,
a parent, man. That's life
from
as a
the
parent.
moment we went live, she has done nothing but be downstairs, making a ridiculous amount of noise. Keeps coming upstairs, being loud as shit.
I love it.
Kids.
You're only little once, though. I'll say that.
Stop. I don't need an earthquake, Bree. My daughter just came up and decided to shake my whole phone to make an earthquake.
Cheer,
That's
Bree.
funny.
What?
She said if I keep doing that, he's gonna put me in a chokehold.
Yeah, if I shut my
Well,
camera and mic off.
whoops.
Just know I'm
Don't
beating
say
him.
anything else.
She said, just know that I'm beating him.
Well,
Yeah, I'll
I
definitely
knew if
turn
I
the
got up
camera
out of
off.
the chair, she would take off downstairs.
Downstairs in the basement.
No, he's upstairs.
Oh.
So she would just dart downstairs. Yeah, Bree ain't got far she can run. There's a doorway. I'm gonna
Just
get
grab
her
a
before
bat.
she gets.
She got you. The bat all the way on the floor.
Anyways, what's the next song we got? Post grad?
Yeah. Yeah.
You wanna talk about it?
Yeah, this was pretty much like right after high school. I was pretty fucking lazy compared to like how I am now as far as like work wise and shit. I didn't really have any ambition to do anything. I was kind of like in my mom's basement, Just like, you know, I mean, I was working, but I wasn't working hard. And there was times like I jump jobs, you know, and like jump around and like not have a job some point, and you know, I was a piece of shit then compared to now, you know. But this is that time frame where I was just, I don't know, I was 18, I was just not giving a shit, you know, and I thought I knew what I was doing, you know, like everybody else. So
All right.
Do you want me to separate?
Let's play.
yeah.
Post grad.
I'm up late playing on the PlayStation with the vacation mindset. My mama just made it to the bank just so she could get her paycheck. Growing up in the struggle, ambition was at rest. For me, I was content with less. Of course I wanted more, but never worked for the success. At the age of 18, I was in my mama's basement playing Call of Duty Black Ops, shooting up the firing ranges. I got myself a job up at Walmart, on and off a couple times. Started first pushing carts, then a truck unloader on that second shift. Me and Keenan freestyling back and forth with a split. With that beat CD stacked full of instrumentals, and we say a couple lines, fuck it up, and then remember how we really wanna say. At least that's how we should have penciled it inside of our heads. But that smoke was heaven sent. And relax, I ain't going nowhere. Either way you wanna take that part right there, cause all I do is drink soda, lay around and swear like bitch about the same shit, but do nothing to wear. I can actually help or even try to make a difference. Cook up a plate full of tacos, leave behind the dirty dishes. I ain't washing that shit, bitch, it's Monday Night Raw, and I'm about to lay the smack down, so eat a hot dog. But I'm not much of a dick unless you make me out to be. I just got some crude humor, a lot of time it gets me heat. But what's that new Snoop and Wiz? Oh, young, wild, and free. This that 2010 vibe, plus maybe 2 or 3. I've been engaged, I've been betrayed, I've been enraged, and even more, I've been the suspect and the victim. Would've tried things that I swore I wouldn't do, but then I did. Just to feed into that fix that I crave so bad. If I could learn how to resist, maybe learn a couple tricks, save my body on some shit, devote time into hip-hop to master and mix, to do everything on my own, the beat making, to be making them hits. I could've did it all now, all of that was a wish. Yeah, all of that was a wish. Said all of that was a wish. Yeah, all of that was a wish. Yeah, all of that was a wish. I'm post-grad with this shit. All of that was a wish. Said all of that was a wish. All of that was a wish. Said all of that.
You're gonna have to remember to mute him now.
Yeah,
I guess
he's
he hasn't
messing
been
with
doing
me
it the
now.
whole time. Now he wants to bump it through the speakers.
So now I gotta wait for his head to stop bobbing, and then I'll know when.
We gotta tell him when he comes back. He's got to raise his hand to let us know. Yeah. So Terry hates listening to it through his phone because he said it doesn't sound as good.
Right.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
ready
I
now.
get that, yeah. I really, yeah, because sometimes the phone's not really the best
And
to
there's a
hear
delay.
music out
So.
of.
Yeah, there is a delay, but that's why I
I think,
always tell
yeah,
everybody: make sure you go listen to it on whatever streaming platform you have. Go bump it in your car, play it
yeah.
on
The
your
car, the
phone.
car is the ultimate. I think that's
Yeah.
just like the ultimate test. I think the car test. I mean, I fuck with like all kind, you know, but I think the car, if it sounds the best out the car, that's where it is.
That right there definitely had like an early 90s West Coast feel to it.
Yeah, I didn't. In that track, I think I had started. I had started it and then kind of like left it alone for a while, and then like tried to like pick up where I left off with it. And I don't know. Looking at it now, I feel like maybe I should have just redid the whole thing instead of like I don't know. Like
Yeah, but
It was
you're always
it was
going to be
still a really dope track.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you.
you're always going to be your own biggest critic, dog. Like
Oh
you're
yeah, dude.
always going to look back
As
and
soon
be
as
like,
I drop
damn.
something, dude, as soon as I drop something, like I know right away. Like I look for things I do wrong or like things to like try not to repeat. and fuck, I can't think of. I'm not gonna be able to remember it now, of course, because we're doing this episode. But um, I said something on my album twice, and like not the same, like it wasn't the same rhyme scheme or nothing like that. But it pissed me off because like I really try and watch saying that shit. Like I really try and each album I want to use like different like variety of like words and just like the way I connect them and like like I really try and like mix it up a little bit sometimes like and just doing a little bit more diverse stuff, which some of my diverse work, like newer work, is toward the end of the album actually. I feel like the song Supreme, like I don't know, like I looped that beat because I don't know, I had to play with it a little bit because the original one was like really weird, like the way it was. So I had to like cut it down and then like loop it in there. But I really like that song now from the album. Like it's probably one of my favorite ones. Um, just the way it just sounds good. I think overall, and it sounds good to bump. But yeah, that the way I did it, I feel like is more of a diverse way. Like it's not like the shit I normally do. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, absolutely, dog. Mike Z, you're fucking retarded, dog. He's over there saying that Terry's talking too much.
Yo,
Oh
check
my
it.
god! Yeah. Oh
Yo,
yeah.
check it. I might not talk that much, but there's proof when I mute my phone to turn up the TV so I can actually listen to the song.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, that's cool. That's funny.
Terry is my body double. He helps me get through these episodes. He doesn't have to say anything. He's just got to be there. It's all
He's there.
good.
He's just there. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna stay here until Aaron and Holly tell me to fuck off.
Terry's like, I just keep showing up. I just
Yeah, I've
keep
been watching.
showing
I've been
up.
watching Trailer Park Boys a lot again lately, and so
Hell
that
yeah.
fuck off, it's different. That fuck off, it's different, definitely.
So the next thing we have is the skit, right? The journal entry, and then the track afterwards is 21. So you want to do the same thing where we play
Yeah,
the
yeah,
skit
yeah,
and then
yeah. You
jump
can
into the
play the
track?
skit. Yeah, you can play the skit then the track. Yeah.
What do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I think if this is the one I think it is, it's talking about during this time frame I wasn't really I wasn't like I said, I was working, but like I was back and forth at like Walmart and then like other jobs, and shit. Um I tried doing the wrestling stuff for a little bit. And I never really jumped on anything that like could have took off or been serious with it, and I never knew why. But I knew, like I said, wrestling and like rap or hip hop, were like both really big things, and so I feel like I did like my wrestling shit, like with the shit I did. Like I said, it was like a backyard wrestling. But the shit was actually crazy because like I went to different states and shit, and I met a lot of people, and like we had people from like Canada and the UK, and like the shit was crazy. Some of the times looking at them back now, like we had fucking whole like hotels pretty much like floors rented out, like it was fucking nuts. Um, but I never ran with wrestling. I didn't know why. And I feel like music now is like, like maybe I should have been doing this all along, But it's at the same time, like there's people in wrestling, that I'm still cool with. But a lot of people, that I had known back then, I thought there was more like a brotherhood, and then obviously you get in and you see how shit gets, with clicks and shit and how shit is, and like I don't know, you see who's real and who's not, and like there's just a lot of bullshit and a lot of drama, and I feel like I wasted some time, depending, No, I'm not saying I regret because like I do enjoy what I did too. I like watching the videos back, and I think at the time we had a lot of fun, but in the long like the hindsight view, it's like, man, if I would have put more time into music, and less into wrestling, maybe I could have, started a lot sooner,
No,
too.
I
So
think, dog, I think you're doing good where you're at, and I think you
I
push,
appreciate that, man. That's
and
one
I
of my
think you're
biggest
gonna do
regrets,
just
man.
fine.
Is not. That's one of my biggest regrets was not starting sooner because I've always been able to rap and I've always been into rap, but I ran with wrestling for so long, and I'm like, man, my body hurts now, and all of it was for nothing because like there's no payoff at the end. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Um, so But I'm really not good at a whole lot of things. So like I'm good with hip hop. Like I feel good with that. So for me, you know, that's why I'm trying to run with it. You know what I mean? I try and at least do like one big show a year or a bigger show. You know what I mean? Like a Chris Webby or like the Bone Thugs. One of those things. Um, but it's a lot of it's a lot of shit involved with music too behind the scenes, like the money and all that shit, and just the cost of everything, and it's crazy sometimes, but I get it, people got to do what they got to do, to do do the shit. So
Appreciate you, Knowledge. I see you in the chat. He said music is just as clickish,
oh yeah,
whatever. Wicked Wood, I see you. Appreciate you. All right, well, let's play journal entry and then jump into 21.
oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Introducing first, here's your nightmare,
So after I got out of school, I didn't really have much purpose or direction. I felt, I was kind of just living life, doing what I did. That involved some wrestling shenanigans, a little bit of alcohol, and a little bit of other stuff, But shit, we did it, we made it. And right now, through music, we about to take a dive back. But I gotta be honest, this shit don't look. I poured another shot down my fucking throat. I felt the burn and the linger that it holds. In January, the weather was fucking cold unless you inside of a bar when the stories unfold. Check it. I work late nights unloading the trucks, and we was busting our ass and tearing shit up. And at the end of the night, everybody got something. I just happen to drink. I'm 21, so fuck it. I'ma hit the Midway Tavern or Franklin House. I'ma call up my boy and I'ma buy him around. And we gon' try to find a bitch, yeah, let's scout one out. But when the booze involved, they all got a pretty mouth. I seen some homies around me do some fucking wild shit. And half the time they did that, well shit, I'm locked in. I never did that line of blow off the toilet seat. I take my key bumps and roll a little up in my weed. That's how I'm living, man. I made it 21. I'm 21, yeah. I'm 21. $2 drinks with a wallet full of. I got a Jackson on the hour running. Don't need a ride, I can handle my stuff. No driving, no gas or extra funds. Just every weekend how I did it 21. I'm 21, yeah. I'm 21. So now the homies came through with the bar. We share a toast and of course we go hard. And we're getting stupid cause we're guys and we're far from doing anything right tonight, like driving a car. But we went out and got over the limit. It seems to be a series in it, so it starred me in it. I guess I got some addictions that I'm trying to beat. But before I start the fight, I'll probably be 6 deep. It's not that I don't ever really feel the need to be sober. Actually, I was lying. I fucking hate being sober. I fucking feel like a loner. I'm fucking feeling depressed. But if I keep on drinking, I'll see my life is a mess. But tonight it's all good, cause I'm out with my boys. We go buy another round, get loud and make noise. That's how it goes when you're young and you want the attention. Doing what the fuck I want, and that's how I'ma end it. That's how I'm living, man. I made it 21. I'm 21, yeah. I'm 21. $2 drinks with a wallet full of. I got a Jackson on the hour running. Don't need a ride, I can handle my stuff. No driving, no gas or extra funds. Just every weekend how I did it 21. I'm 21, yeah. I'm 21.
Oh, this fucking guy.
I don't know why you keep unmuting him. You know
I
he's got to
forget.
raise his
I'm
hand.
like,
He's
I'm
gotta
on a
raise his
mission
hand.
trying to get everybody unmuted.
Yo, Spragdoll, he said, this guy seems used to being paid in hot dogs and handshakes. Should probably be booked for a future dope sick picnic.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. I couldn't get out that one year because of another vacation, I think, because I was an idiot. I can't even remember now. I know it was last year, I think, or the year before. But yeah, yo, I'm definitely
The
down to do
unlimited.
some shows too.
I said I think
Um,
he's ready.
I always try and get shows going around my area too, but man, I'm having a hell of a time, man. Like all they want is like fucking country or like, soft rock or some shit like that. And it's like, man, it's crazy. Like,
Phantom Power. It's a little
Yeah.
bit of a hike. But
Phantom Power is pretty much the only place that's down
yeah,
to
and it's
do.
like, but that's what I mean. Like I could do like shit at like HMAC too or some shit like that, but it's or what's that other place in Reading?
Reverb.
Like Reverb, yeah, but it's like getting everybody to go. Like, I get a couple people that come out like, an hour away, but it's not, as many as like if I did a show in Hanover with like enough, time ahead, notice or whatever, like I could probably get a good like 20 to 30 people at least, like just, like for sure to go.
Yeah, see, that's why we're trying to book the date for Dope Sick Picnic in the next like month or two. That way we have it locked in for next year and we can give everybody plenty of time.
Well, yeah, bro, just let me know, like whatever. But yeah. Especially you guys get plenty of notice with stuff, so I mean, I would definitely know. I just got to be fucking smart and look at the calendar and not fuck shit up. Man, if you like you guys get a glimpse of my shit with my music, but I'm telling you, like, if you could like, man, it's hard to live with
I'll
me
send it to him as
sometimes.
an email so he can add it to his calendar immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You got to send one of those the countdown timers that we had for Dope Sick Picnic last year.
Oh my God, we're not doing a 365 day.
Hey, I'm with it, yo. I'm with the
It is what it
365
is.
day countdown.
It is what it is. Yeah,
It's great.
I'm happy to be a part of it.
I know.
Yeah, I'm super sad that we weren't able to do it this year, but
Yeah,
when they
dude,
only
life
have
happens, man. Yeah, life
well
happens, man.
they have one 80-year-old lady or however old she is that does all the booking and
Oh shit.
she booked a whole mess of weddings when we were trying to do Dope Sick and they were like, "Yeah, we got weddings." I'm like, "Man, they don't need to get married that day. Calm down."
It's all right. We missed this year. That means we're just gonna go hard with it next year.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that means
Hell
next
yeah.
year is going to be insane.
I'm
Hell yeah.
excited for
Hell
next
yeah.
year.
It gives us an entire year to plan. I know there's going to be a full recording studio at Dope Sick Picnic, so if anybody
That's pretty
wants to lay
dope.
down some tracks, we're going to have engineers and shit there. So it's
That's
going to
pretty
be a
fucking
dope.
dope, bro. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
fucking
going to
dope.
be a 3-day event. It'll still be the same way we planned it, where the first day will be a family day, and then 2 days of nothing but music. We'll have a second stage that'll be at the little pavilion area for anybody that doesn't make their set time. That's the only place you're going to perform because we're not holding the show up for anybody this coming up.
Yeah, dude,
Dope
I
Sick.
agree, man. People got to be ready and shit and be on.
Yep. Plan accordingly.
That's how it
Quickly
is,
got
man. Like
married
I,
at
I
Dope Sick.
told,
I know.
I told people, like if I get,
I'm
I
sorry.
get it's hard, sometimes because some people don't show up, but like if people don't show up by a certain time, and like the show goes on, you know what I mean? Like that's always been my aspect, you know what I mean? Like I try and always come early to shit. There's
Well,
times I'll
see,
be running behind, but like
that's
I've
part
let
of
them.
doing Dog, that's part of doing it as a 3-day event, man. The first day
Yeah,
is family day and there's no music. So if you can't make it, that's your own fault, man.
yeah.
Knowledge.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Knowledge, they could have just got married at Dope Sick. My son is a ordained minister. He could have definitely married them.
Oh my god,
Yo, he went online and he got certified as an ordained minister. So
Yo,
yeah, he
Frank,
could.
Frank Dolly's an ordained minister too. He's the one that
Yeah,
married
see.
this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. We could have definitely had their marriage ceremony, and it probably would have been so much cooler. Hey, look, Caden's in the chat. Hi, Caden. That's my youngest. He just decided to jump in the chat.
Hi, Dad.
He's on Twitch though. He jumped in on the Twitch.
That's
I guess I didn't set the age on it.
Yeah, you didn't set the age restriction on
that's funny.
Twitch. Great
Hey,
job.
that's cool. That's cool.
Well, luckily your
But he
music.
loves music. So
Yeah, he loves music, but luckily your music ain't too bad, so it's
I
all
hope not,
right.
man. I hope not. That makes me feel good because I feel like sometimes it's edgy. Like I hope not.
He said it's fine.
Yeah, he said it's fine.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think the next song. I think the next song actually.
Shh, She's over here cackling because of knowledge is fucking
No, I'm
combat
reading.
marriage done on the
I just
first
read.
day,
I just read
divorce
that.
is on the second.
Yeah, I just read that shit.
Oh
That's
my
funny
god.
as shit.
Caden said I've heard worse. Anyways, next song that we're playing, what do we got going?
This was the song I did for my mom that I talked about earlier. You know, because this was when I was drinking and shit, when I was, you know, out more. She'd always you know, I remember she'd always tell me, you know, to come, you know, come, she'd always say, come see your old mom, you know, like come visit your mom, or, you know, I'm like, yeah, mom, whatever, you know, like kind of like just trying to shrug her off, you know, and go out and do my thing, you know, like I was going through that phase. And man, I didn't realize how time was limited, you know, and when I did, you know, I stayed by her. So I took a LOA from work, man. I didn't give a fuck about my job. I didn't care. I was at Walmart, you know what I mean? Like not, and it's not to be disrespectful, but I didn't give a fuck where I worked, bro. Like that's my one mom in my life. Like I'm not
Yep.
missing a moment of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is it. So, you know, and my mom was ultimately my best friend for, you know, in my life for everything. So she had my back even times she shouldn't have had my back, you know. So yeah. This is like the best one. Like I said, I feel like song wise that I made for my mom, because I've made a couple in the past, but I think this is really the best one so far.
All right, well, let's play it. August.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this was from my mama. Rest in peace. I love you. I was 21 when my mom died. I watched her take her final breath and close her eyes. That shit hurt me the most up in this life. I'll never understand it. I wished it would have been my life, cause she was way more deserving than me. But I know that ain't how it goes or how it's thought out to be. I just pray that she's still watching on me. I love you, mom, I freaking miss you, you're alive through me. My mom was never always open with her health. I think she knew a little more than she would tell. She always told us not to worry or dwell, but you know that ain't easy when your mama's going through hell. She saw the doctors and at first they thought pneumonia, but they was wrong and it was only moving closer. Back and forth she went to try to get some closure, but the closure was closer, just not what we had hoped for. Rapid growth in her bronchial tubes. Something was moving fast and now we're led to assume she was too weak for biopsy. That would include for her to be on a ventilator, and that she won't do. This shit is hard when you're losing your mama. My number one, I know Jesus Christ got her. She the best mother to a son and to a daughter. And when them babies need some rest, they need their nana to rock them. I miss you, just ain't good enough anymore. I miss your hugs, I miss your voice, I love you more. I miss your oldies, 96.1 in the car. Tonight I'll pray upon a shooting star. And if you're listening and you know this song's for you, I'm sorry. All the arguments, I drove your nerves through the roof. I never made enough time to come around for you. I love you, mom, and this my song for you. It's something about the comfort that she always gave. She loved her kids, ain't no doubt or no way that we wouldn't know it. It's still to this day, I hold a memory near and dear, and that's never gonna fade. I miss the nights with the crime TV, but with the soap operas, they used to annoy me, but now I wish I would've watched, cause she was the most important woman in my life, and that's deep. From my earliest memories, I had Teddy to sleep. My mom would sit and say my prayers beforehand with me. Give me kisses, say goodnight, and tell me that she loved me. To where I'm at is just so crazy to see, so crazy to be. Doing this without my mama, felt the gap the day she left, and ever since, nothing's normal. In my head, it's just a mess. I'll do the best I can for her honor. Thank you, God, I'm trusting that you taking care of my mama. I miss you, just ain't good enough anymore. I miss your hugs, I miss your voice, I love you more. I miss your oldies, 96.1 in the car. Tonight I'll pray upon a shooting star. And if you're listening and you know this song's for you, I'm sorry. All the arguments, I drove your nerves through the roof. I never made enough time to come around for you. I love you, mom, and this my song for you. I love you, mom. If I could do it all over again, I would. Wouldn't trade you for the world. Always and forever.
Ain't enough time to come around.
Again.
Well, this isn't gonna work.
Yo, everybody's in the chat going, I'm not crying, you're crying.
Oh my god, yeah. No, that was one like with that when I heard that beat, I'm like, man, I really gotta try, cause I don't think I can I don't think I can sing. I don't want to say that. But I feel like when like, there's still some shit you could do. Having a brain fart, I can't really think right now the word. What you do with your voice, but you know, I made it work. I feel like for that track, the way I did it. But yeah,
Yeah,
that was
Carmack said, good track, man. Shit pulled the heartstrings. He also said Mike Z sucks bananas for gas money, then walks.
fucking hilarious.
Poor Mike Z.
We love the comment. We love everybody. Oh yeah.
I know, but $500.
Caden said I zoned out during the song.
Oh yeah.
He needs to get his butt down here. Can you please tell him to get down here?
Caden, get down here and eat your dinner. Since you're watching on Twitch.
This one. 150.
Nah,
Hey, he's
but
still
that song
watching,
was
bro.
dope, man.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Yeah, I try not to do too many of them, but I like I said, it was definitely part of the album because it was a big life event, that changed,
Don't look at
you
that,
know.
Mom.
And like I said, I was super
Like
close to my
25%.
mom, so
I think I'm gonna go for 30.
it was definitely like I feel like I ain't trying to sound like an asshole when I say this, but like I feel like that was the most painful thing I've been through in life was losing my mom. So like I feel like I can almost handle anything, to be honest. And I know that's not true, like 'cause I'm sure if losing a child, that hurts, if not more, sometimes. But at least for like everything right now, I feel like that I could go through. Like I feel like it'd be hard to top that for me. Like I said, unless losing a child, that's pretty bad too. I'd never want to experience that. You know, but
Mike
it
Z
can't.
said, Mike Z said, who said what? I'll fight anybody. Yo, Josh Carmack said it, dog. He said you be sucking bananas for gas money and then you walk. So essentially, you're just doing it to put money in your pocket. You ain't even using it for gas, dog. That's
Yeah, that's
crazy.
fucked up. That's fucked up. That's
And you
hilarious.
got to be careful with Carmack, man. You know he's a leprechaun. You got to be careful of those little moves.
They're quick, man.
Yeah, that's what this one said. Drop 13.
Whoever said that shit blocked me first. Josh blocked you? I don't think he did that.
Great tape from the kitchen.
What do we got next?
That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't even know what's next, to be honest.
Alley-oop.
Alley-oop. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So this is like pretty much yeah, after my mom died and I started getting back on my feet, slowly but surely, um, and I was just slowly putting my shit back together. There's a Derio out here running now. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
Yo, he might have, Mike Z, he might not have blocked you, dude. He might have gotten banned for saying that comment. If you don't see it, it might have gotten pulled.
Yeah, fuck that, man. Why is the internet like that?
Well, he was also commenting on Facebook, so Facebook's got
Oh
some
yeah,
janky
Facebook's
ass.
It's right here.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go. Holly put it on the screen for you so you can see it. She can still see it.
that's hilarious. That's hilarious. But
Tell your
yeah,
son to get his butt down here now.
Oh, he said they're chatting on other apps, bro. We only see what's in our page unless you read the screen. Oh, okay, I got you.
Well, then read the screen.
He wouldn't be able to scroll back the comments.
Oh, gotcha.
So since Nasty commented on Facebook, he'd have to jump over to Facebook to comment back to him.
True.
He just produced part of my new album. Yeah, no, I don't think it was anything, dog. That's why she put it up on the screen. You're good. He's just hassling you.
that's funny.
All right, so let's play alley oop.
Oh yeah.
felt like shit, yo. I was beat down. But you gotta get back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't stay down forever, dog. I'm coming out this depression, I need to do it, yeah. With no antidepressants, it's time for moving. Come on. My mama with me, support was heavy influence, and I was overwhelmed with the help, but tired of feeling useless. I'm off my LOA, I'm finally back to work. It ain't all better, the pain still hurt, but the bills are stacking up, my wallet won't reverse, and plus I need to stay distracted, cause my head can be the worst. So it's back to my daily routine struggles. Trailer Park Boys got me geeking cause of bubbles. Breaking Bad was my shit then too. I binge watched both of them like I was hooked on Blue. Hooked on You is something that I started to get when I was being a little sneaky with the low-key text. Yeah, the timing wasn't fair, but the chemistry was there. We just didn't know it yet, but now we fully aware. Cause my lifetime filled with ups and downs. The highs stay high and the lows hit the ground. It's no basketball game and we don't get a rebound, but I lay the alley-oop like I'm Gary Payton now. Cause readjustments what occurred, and shifting homes, my stress submerged, and people talking, they get on my nerves, but I keep on going, I kick them bitches to the curb. My friends changed some as the time passed. I started speaking up and they ain't like that. I went from being a whatever type man to make my own opinion speak up and start fights, man. But I'm a chill dude though, really I am. But I'm also a realist to realize that I can give that time and that energy to the people I can stand over people who just need you when they reaching out with hands. And I ain't got no problem helping, that ain't what I'm against. But don't take advantage of me in the time that I give. I seen a whole group of people swore they family but clip certain individuals who didn't fit in the script. But it's fine though, it's called growth, whatever. We both needed it to let it go. You lost sight and I lost hope, but the black light district's still the motherfucking dope. My lifetime filled with ups and downs. The highs stay high and the lows hit the ground. It's no basketball game and we don't get a rebound, but I lay the alley-oop like I'm Gary Payton now. Cause readjustments what occurred, and shifting homes, my stress submerged, and people talk and they get on my nerves, but I keep on going, I kick them bitches to the curb. We kick them bitches to the curb. We keep going, we kick them bitches to the curb like, yeah, the fuck out of here. Woo. Pat Stunner, 2025 motherfucker. We keep the bitches to the curb like.
This is why he ends up muted the entire segment.
Yeah, so y'all don't realize that Terry was muted the whole last time. She never unmuted him, so he never he can hear what I'm saying because he just started cheesing.
Is he still listening to the music?
Are you good? I think you're good now.
Nope. Nope.
Uh-oh.
Are you good? Yeah, there we go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so he was muted the whole last time that we were talking before we played that last song.
My bad.
Whoops.
It's because when we were playing the song, Holly started looking at baseball bats with our daughter, well, softball bats with our daughter, and she forgot to unmute him, and so he wrote out that whole last gap muted.
The trooper. That's funny as shit.
Happens.
Yeah. No, but yeah, that part of the album though, you know, that last song, that was like, you know, man, that was like I said after high school when I was kind of like doing my thing too, like in my early 20s and shit. And yeah, I was being a little sneaky, being a little conniving, you know, and I was doing a little bit of shit I shouldn't have been doing. I feel like I did different time frames, you know what I mean? Like different stuff, different time periods, you know. And when you look at it all together, it's like, man, it's pretty fucked. But you know, like I said, rap, like you kind of bring that, like, you know, that grimy shit, which, you know what I mean? Like you put it out, you know, in the music. But you know, you also talk about everything else too, you know what I mean? But like it definitely hits, I feel like, with hip hop. because hip hop to me is like it's like aggressive almost, like an aggressive type of music. You know what I mean? Like you come with bars, you know what I mean, versus like holding a note. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love it. You know what I mean? All types of hip hop. You know, like I listen to all kinds of music, man. There's music I listen to people probably wouldn't even think I would listen to. You know, one of my buddies just found out. Like I sent him a Snapchat. I think like 2 days ago. Um, and that was just me smoking weed, but I had Hank Williams Jr. on in the background. He's like, "Bro, I didn't know you listened to him," and I'm like, "I don't listen to like shit like that a lot, but like when I do, there's certain artists, you know, I could get down to like when I gotta switch it up because I listen to like hip hop probably like 95% of the time, maybe 90% somewhere in there. But I also, you know, I listened. There was a point in time where I was listening to like rock music and shit, you know, more than hip hop when I thought hip hop was kind of getting a little weird for a while. But you know, I love all kinds of genres though of music. You know, I can really get down to pretty much almost anything. I'm sure there's something out there I wouldn't like, but
Well, that's why
everybody's
we do
got
the
some.
podcast, man. We try to diversify all the different
Absolutely,
music.
absolutely. This is a great platform for that.
Yeah, because I always tell people, like, I'm like, you might pop in and it might be an episode where you're like, yeah, I'm not really digging the music. But then the next week you're like, oh, this shit's dope. Not every
Yeah,
episode is going to be for every person, but you'll
absolutely.
find
Yeah,
something.
dude, and I don't ever take offense to like either like you know, like I know there's even like you know there's plenty of people out there that like different things, you know what I mean, or like different work that they do. Like sometimes like you're just looking for a distinctive sound, you know what I mean, or like a selective type of sound, you know, and like and you know what you want, you know, for it. You know, so like you don't just want to put you know something else on it just to kind of fill the spot, you know what I mean, you want to find that right spot, you know, the right one.
What's wrong, Holly?
Uh-oh.
Oh no, she's doing something else. I just saw the look on her face looked like she was irritated. And I was like, oh no, but it's something else. It's not even to do with the podcast. It's because
Well,
of the
that's good
kids.
news for us. That's not, I mean, it's yeah.
She's always doing 50 different things. There you go. Take it. Bye.
Oh, I get it, dude. Yeah, I guarantee it.
Bye, Felicia.
It's all because you got it for Twitch.
Hi, Greg.
Oh, he was all excited because he got a Twitch reward for Minecraft because of being on our podcast on Twitch.
Hell yeah. Good for him.
Yeah, so he was all excited about it. He's like, I need my password for Minecraft so I can get this reward.
That's awesome. Good for him. Good for him.
All right, what do we got next? What's the next one? Pay the piper.
Yeah, this is this is when I started selling drugs and shit. And it started off as me smoke like, you know, just buying shit and then I eventually I feel like it started get, you know, the dude I was getting my stuff from, he started getting put on really good with somebody, and you know he could get some really good prices and shit at the time. I thought locked in, so he was kind of pretty much just like, you know, he pretty much just wanted me to do it with him, and I'm like, yeah, like I guess like you know I didn't really think about anything else, even though like this is when I was with you know my wife who I'm with now, and you know and her you know my stepson, and he was younger at the time. But I tried to always keep everything you know out of sight, not of mind with him, and not you know put him around any of that stuff at all. You know, I try and go out and do my thing, but it started off pretty small and then real quick got pretty big over time, at least for the stuff I had done. You know, so it was wild. You know, because I was moving it you know a couple pounds a month out of my you know my area. You know, it was nuts. And that was just flour, you know. And then when the wax and I mean, it's crazy, you know.
Yep.
The shit that we did back then, you know what I mean? But yeah. And
All
then
right.
this song specifically though is when shit went south one time and we was, you know, yeah. The song tells you everything. It sounds better when you listen to the song. Then I ain't really got to talk about it.
All right. Let's run it.
Hell yeah.
Yo, yo, yo. Catch me in the cut smoking with some homies, steady blowing medical low. Hey, somewhere to drive, got the liquor by my side. Fucking think I might catch me a case. Yeah. I'm feeling good like a gangster in the hood, but no flags. That ain't what I'm trying to claim. If you ain't real ever held a fucking skill, you better watch how you rap and what you say. There was a time I had to strap, loaded Mac, to hit a lick and fucked up the whole day. So we went out, loaded cars, searching houses, making safe child, wanna run away. Yeah. We on the look, poppin' crooks, swear to God at minimum, somebody gonna catch a fade. A good value, a couple bands going, now we roll it up instead of roll the face. With no luck, try to play this match up to the four-man dude in his place. We drove backtrack, reset, we got to sit the product back on base. Swing batter, watch me hit a home run for the day. The blue faces travel a couple 100 miles, but they never seem to stay in one place. I feed the luxury, the can't nobody fuck with me. I sold the re-up the same day. See, I'm the man, been the plug, selling grams, shit get how we switching out the whole play. Recapping back up in the trap house, everybody just a little stressed out. Elimination helped the list draw narrow, wasn't long till we had it narrowed down. And once we did it, twos and twos, they would click and it was on the next time they came around. Somewhere you feeding, try to take the gold spoon, you crack that motherfucker right up in their mouth. It's disrespectful when they try to put you on and then you do it dirty, now that's foul. We all gotta make a little bit of paper, see the greed is taking over your morale. See, you's a bitch and you thought that you was slick when you hit that lick up in that dude's house. The tables turn, now you gotta pay the piper. That's ironic cause it just came around. Bitch, swing batter, watch me hit a home run for the day. The blue faces travel couple 100 miles, but they never seem to stay in one place. I feed the luxury, the can't nobody fuck with me. I sold the re-up the same day. See, I'm the man, been the plug, selling grams, shit get hot, we switching out the whole play.
All right, now we're back.
Hell yeah.
So my computer just decided to shut off in the middle of that song for no apparent reason. So we had to get the computer back up to be able to unmute everybody.
It's all good, bro.
Holly looks at me and like in the middle of that song, I was sitting there jamming and her screen just goes black and she goes, "Did the computer just shut off?" And I was like, "Yep."
That sucks.
Yeah, Instinct's in there. I saw him pop in the middle of that song.
I wouldn't have known. My screen was black.
Yeah, your screen was black, so you couldn't tell. But it's probably because you have 500 tabs open on the computer, madam. You're probably pulling too much processing.
No.
Yep, that's what it is. You're doing too
Probably
much.
that stupid box.
It's probably the battery backup. She just wants to blame it on something else other than her 500 tabs.
500 tabs should never be an issue.
That track kind of had old J. Cole vibes.
What'd you say, my friend?
Instinct said that track kind of had old J. Cole vibes to it. I was digging it.
Yeah. J. Cole, I feel like, and Kendrick both are. It's funny because of all that shit that happened with him. But even before like all that shit, those two were like two of my favorite like newer artists nowadays of like mainstream hip hop. And I feel like the time Kendrick released, because I mean, I submitted this album. I finished this album at I feel like it was like I got the date on my phone somewhere. But it was early March. It was like the very first couple days of March that I submitted it to DistroKid, And yeah, yeah, and that was fucking. I think I did the last song I did for the project. I think was in like January or February. I don't even remember. January, I think. So I mean, and that was pretty much just like the finishing touches. I think that was Hourglass actually. It was the last song, and then the credits skit. I did that one last. Um, and like I said, I think I did that shit. I want to say it was yeah. I sent it in early March.
Knowledge said I thought it was Terry's fault. I mean, we can blame it on Terry.
It was me. When I clapped my hands to get the dog's attention, it sent a shockwave out.
Instinct said it's always Aaron's fault. Terry's guaranteed to not be impressed. That sounds
I
about
wouldn't
right.
be.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, Holly. Hey, LaZyEyed.
All right.
Well, that's Instinct's Alyssa.
Yeah.
You didn't say who it was.
No, I was reading the comment. That's Instinct's lady, Alyssa.
Oh, okay.
Good evening.
Don't talk to Terry. He's unimpressed.
Dinner.
But now he's just not going to say anything.
I love it.
Oh, I'll stay here in my squeaky chair.
Oh, his squeaky chair is back, Holly. He just rocked and it said, Holly's going to bar you from being on the podcast if you use the squeaky chair.
Oh no, that's not good.
Dude, there was actually a beat made that has that chair squeaking in the
I knew you
background.
were gonna say something with that in it,
Yeah.
to that degree. Oh man, does it
Droku
go
told
hard
me.
too?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for them to do that. Droku told me to tell y'all hey tonight, even though he knows I gave y'all his number and y'all have chosen not to love him enough to call. Oh, that's fucked up, dog.
Damn, put you
I
right
don't know.
out
Is
there.
there certain times that he's
Yeah.
allowed
How am I supposed to know? Is there certain times that he's allowed phone calls? Like, I don't know how this works.
I didn't even know how this shit worked, to be honest.
Well, Droku decided to get himself self healthy, and so he checked himself into a rehab. So
Oh, good for him. Good for him.
yeah,
Props to that. Yeah,
yeah.
good for
So
him.
he's getting himself healthy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So like, I'm gonna. I have no problem talking about how I maybe thought different before because I think different now. But I used to, growing up, I'm like, man, like I don't feel bad for people that like have drug problems and shit until like I really started like, like I tried shit, but I didn't really like the songs coming up. The song after this, because this is when I was pretty much just on like pot, weed, like edible, that kind of shit. And I do like other things occasionally, but it was more or less pills in the next song. The next song is that Apollo song. I had a small problem with Vicodins, and I felt, man, I don't know, like I felt like a pull inside the middle of my chest, like I like there was like a hand like closing, like I never felt something like that in my life, and I knew if I kept taking them, like it was gonna be done. So yeah, but um, yeah, the next two, like I said, Pay the Piper was pretty much about like when I was selling shit and feeling like I was, because I didn't give a fuck at that point in time. I think me and it was in between times like that song and this song when like at the time me and my wife, we were both doing different things in life and I was, being a piece of shit and doing some shit wrong like that. You know, so it's like I said, there's a lot of ugliness on this album too, but at the same time, like I feel like with the music, like it makes I don't know, like there's a connection there, and like it's storytelling, and like it's different, like talking about it now.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. I had a very similar situation after I had my back surgery, and
Yeah,
I had to get myself right because I wasn't the person that I am today back then.
See, and dude, and I feel like, and I really feel bad for people that like, you know, when like you said you had back surgery, so I'm sure like they probably gave you shit for it, and then you get off that. Like, I knew a girl that I went to school with that actually committed suicide, and she didn't try it, but uh, she had back problems. She had back surgeries when she was young. We were in like early high school, I think, and you know, her doctor, I guess, stopped prescribing her the medicine and shit, and she went to, she just went to heroin. And I think the one time she ever did it, and then that was too much. But she was like a great student in school. Like, she would get like good grades and shit, and like it was a shock to me back then because I didn't even know, anything about it, obviously, because I wasn't in, any her direct circle at all for any reason. But I was definitely shocked. But like I said back then, I thought different because I'm like, I didn't really understand that shit or think about like the medical aspect of it. And at the end of the day, I look at it now like it's really not my business, honestly. I want everybody to do their own thing. I got my beliefs. I try and keep that shit to myself. Or how I with music, I put some references in there too. But I try not to like overflow it. I put a little like Nas shit on it sometimes. You know what I mean? But
Absolutely.
but that's me, you know what I mean? That's my life. And I'm not saying, I ain't been in church probably in almost like 2 years, I'm not like a church goer or nothing like that, but it's, I'm not gonna claim that shit, but I got nothing against it and I don't mind going to church, but I'm not somebody that goes every week and does all that stuff, I do my thing, and just, do it that way. But
All right. Well,
yeah.
let's play the next song, Apollo.
That song's a little rough. That's when I was on the Vikings and shit.
All right, let's run it.
Oh yeah.
Walking on the moon. Yeah, I'm walking on the moon. I'm walking on the moon. Yeah. Sheets of acid tablets stored in the basement. Could use the money, but I feed into temptation for psychedelics, but I need the validation. Instant trip to New Jersey on my birthday, what we taking? Hershey Park summer trips with marijuana. Before I check for my wallet, I check for ganja. It's hot, I got cotton mouth, I need some water. I don't got my card on me, I'll pay you back before tomorrow. I got some heavy habits I'm invested in. I'm flying daily on my solo rocket ship. I like drugs and the feeling that I get. I put my flag on the moon, Neil did it again. Like, yeah, I'm walking on the moon. 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 Like, I got some heavy habits I'm invested in. I'm flying daily on my solo rocket ship. I like drugs and the feeling that I get. I put my flag on the moon, Neil did it again. Like, yeah, I'm walking on the moon. 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 Like, them Vicodins had me sick to my stomach. I was popping pills and moving really sluggish. I was beating, waiting on a second coming and escape before this turns me into someone I don't want it. I keep on doing dirt, pushing in these streets. My dad's address was traced to me, but time was spent in that Chevy, still I keep busting triggers, stack the paper back at 2 a.m. to sleep. Responsibility was weak, my balance needle knee deep in the corner of dirty paper trails that I would need so I could keep filling my pockets to be fulfilling my needs. Cause the greed was taking over, this isn't the same me, nah. I got some heavy habits I'm invested in. I'm flying daily on my solo rocket ship. I like drugs and the feeling that I get. I put my flag on the moon, Neil did it again. Like, yeah, I'm walking on the moon. 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 Like, I got some heavy habits I'm invested in. I'm flying daily on my solo rocket ship. I like drugs and the feeling that I get. I put my flag on the moon, Neil did it again. Like, yeah, I'm walking on the moon. Like, yeah, I'm walking on the moon. Like, yeah, I'm walking on the moon. Like, Yeah, yeah, I'm walking on the moonlight.
Yo, that was dope.
Hell yeah, thanks, bro. Yeah, that was like I said, I hate saying it, but like I feel like Pay the Piper and that one are like two of my like they're decent songs, and like it sucks because like they're about really bad things. But you know, that's how it goes. Like that's just what
Yeah,
it
but
was, you know?
some of the best songs come from that realness, dog.
Yeah,
That
it
shit you've
does.
gone through. Like 3XG said, you can feel the realness.
Yeah, for real, for real. Absolutely.
Oh, I think he's
That one
good.
are like two of my decent songs, and what's that, brother?
Nah, it was echoing back on him.
Oh shit. Okay, okay. But
Instinct
yeah,
said,
no,
"Yeah, I'm digging this."
hell yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah. Now that was so I told you earlier, but luckily I got this project out when I did because my computer literally took a shit on me. I think like about a week or so ago. Um and I did order a laptop. God damn it, I just picked this thing up, dude. This wind is not working with me. But I did order a laptop, so I should be getting it sometime, hopefully mid June at the latest, so I can get my shit up and running again. But um, yeah, I was lucky because I got this shit done just in time. Because if that shit
Look,
would have went down and like this shit wouldn't have been like I would have been so fucked. I would have been so mad.
well, I mean, you sent it over to us right away, so we could have still bounced it back to you.
Yeah, true, true. That's true. Yeah.
Instinct said,
What
"Instinct X Patrick Stunner."
do you
See, I'm
say?
telling you, Instinct said he wants to get a feature with you
Oh
too.
fuck yeah, bro. Fuck yeah. Like I said, yeah. When we're done this shit or whatever, I'm probably gonna have to go to bed shortly after. But definitely send me some, get me in contact with people, and I'll definitely be doing some work with them for sure. I
Yeah,
appreciate that, man.
I'll link everybody up that wants to work with Patrick after we're done this. I'll send
Absolutely,
everybody his Facebook, that way y'all can link up with him.
absolutely. I appreciate it, man. For real, like I appreciate that shit.
Yeah, that's the whole
I'm
purpose
always.
of this, man. The whole
I know it
purpose.
is, but I try and like let everybody know, like I do, because I don't know. Like I know that shit. Like as an artist, like that means something. You know what I mean? Like if you hear something, you want to work with somebody, that speaks to me. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that shit.
Yeah, and luckily all of our homies that are in here do good music. So
Absolutely, dude. Look, I salute anybody. I salute anybody, even people like I don't fuck with their music. Like I salute anybody that has like that gets up on a stage or writes music or does any of this stuff because it takes a lot for somebody to be able to do this stuff sometimes. You gotta put yourself out there, and you gotta be okay with things you might not really be okay with. You know what I mean? As far as like your anxiety or like how you're feeling, you know what I mean? Like you gotta kind of put that shit off to the side and run your gig. You know what I mean? Like I remember the first time I did a big show, man. I got not even a big show. The first time I did anything, it was a coast to coast, and it was in Pittsburgh at the Galaxy Lounge, and man, before I even performed, I was the first one to go. They did a random lineup, and it was like six of us, and I was the first one to go. And I'd never performed in my life, bro, and I was nervous as fuck, and I felt like I was gonna be sick, man. Like I had, my nerves were running. But once I got up on stage and I heard my music hit and shit, I transformed just like that. I don't know how it happens, but it just happens as an artist. You know what I mean? It happens with everybody,
yeah, it took
So,
me a lot to be able to do this podcast because
dude, absolutely. You're putting yourself out there every week. You know what I mean? Like, you
yeah.
never. It does. But it's really good for everybody. It helps you because you can stay connected to everybody in the scene too, and it helps the artists. Like you said, with collabing and growing and doing better for the community in general.
What's good,
But we're all down
Countretto?
here.
I
You
see
know what I
you
mean?
in the
Chilling.
chat.
What's that?
Oh, I was saying, what's up to Countretto? I see him in the chat.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. But I don't even know what the fuck's next. I'm gonna be honest.
The next
I'm
one's
trying to think. Is it a
journal
skit?
entry 15.
I think that's the last skit of like explaining shit through. And then after that, I think is the track I did for my wife and my stepson, pretty much.
We
Yeah,
all right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so let's run the skit and then right into the song like we did before.
yeah. Absolutely.
All right, let's go.
Oh yeah.
You know, man, I tried telling y'all, shit wasn't always so good. But I think all of us hit that stage where we're young and we think we can handle everything and we're on top of the world, and then sometimes you need a reality check and you need a little bit of growth and a little bit of time. And that's really what heals man, growth and time, you know what I mean? And I'm still healing shit, you know, but I'm better than I was, right? I know that shit. So sit back and let's bust through the rest of this shit. Yeah. I just switch it up for this one. You know, I got one that's a little special to me. We get a little personal. We all like that shit. Hey, yo, Pete Game. I'ma tell you about the shorty that I'm with and how we ever came about. I swore I'd never have a kid, but things change and I'm feeling ways. I don't know what hit me, but damn sure it got me dazed. Was it the blonde hair? Was it the cute face? The way she looking at me, telling me she wasn't her way. I'm trying to read between the lines. She ain't always like to say. Either way, I'm like a dog, so I'm ready to play. She tell me to stay just so I can hold her at night. The best feeling in the world is what I'm feeling tonight. I hope I keep you forever, then my forever is bright. As long as I got you, then we gon' be all right. And everything gon' be alright. We may go through some battles, I know we get into fights, but it's the way we recover, I promise we'll get it right. And no, it ain't about the money, but it come with a price. Cause fast forward 5 years of my life, now you got a new husband, I got a new wife, officially a stepson, we've been raising him right. Only thing we ever hear is he's a pleasant delight. He know I'm proud, that made it grow in the beat. I still laugh at the time I tried strapping his seat. He was 5 years old and he done had it with me. He said, you're pissing me off, I almost fell off my feet. I was laughing so hard and then I started to smile. I had to give him his space, I'm thinking, man, you wild. That was just one of many moments we shared, and we gon' be alright, and I'ma always be there. That's my life, the way that it be. Along the way, for you the boy, we a family of three. And every once in a while, we get a trick up our sleeve to do spontaneous things. That time we went to the beach, it was just the same day thought that turned into a plan. Just like a saying in the M&T Stadium stands. I know I'm lucky to be in most spots that I am. I thank the Lord every day, I'm blessed he gave me this hand. Cause anything that we do, we always make it the best. Cause it's about making memories, so what's up next? We done traveled the coast, hanging Florida on boats. Made the stop in Georgia, then we back on the road. Always doing the most and making sure that it matters. As much fun as we have, we stay respectful of manner, cause life's short, so make sure that you're happy. I got everything I ever wished for, I'm happy.
I
You should
appreciate
know
it, bro.
better.
I appreciate all the comments, yo.
Yeah, I was watching. Everybody was fucking with it.
Yeah, I appreciate that shit, yo, from everybody, for real. It means a lot. Like I said, I take everything like, like I appreciate that shit. Like it means, appreciate that.
Oh, there you go. He's ready now.
Oh, he's ready now. Oh,
Yeah.
let me.
Every time you see his hand go up over the camera, that means he's ready.
Next time I'm gonna sneak it around.
Don't do that because she'll leave your ass muted the whole
Yeah,
time
you can.
again.
I'm touching the button right now and you can't tell.
Oh shit.
So, what were your thoughts on it, Terry?
What, that song?
Yes.
Oh, good. It's a storytelling song. You definitely get the point, you know what I mean? Like,
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's like I said, this album with it being as personal as it was, I tried to like hit that kind of shit. Like I tried to hit all that stuff, like because a lot of the music I work, I try and there's some songs that get personal, but most of it, like I try and I try not to affect too many other people, depending who it is. Like I try and keep it, with my shit, but um, like I said, this album it just fit, so it worked out for that. Cause that actually, I'm not gonna lie, that song was pretty much. I think I fixed like I finished the third verse, but that song was actually that song was on my computer for a while. And I just didn't. I couldn't. I didn't like. I let music come to me every time. As crazy as that sounds, like I try not to like. I can't just necessarily like sit down. I could sit down and write shit. I can do that, but as far as like, I mean, I might be if you tell me to sit down and write something, it might be good. But at the same time, I don't want to rely and say like, yeah, man, it's gonna be good every time, because like I try and like feel that shit out. Like I listen to the beat and just see what I get from it, you know. And yeah, but that one was definitely. I feel like the album, because like I said, when I was doing my shit and doing some dirt, and then she wasn't doing nothing crazy like I was doing, but um, and then when we, fixed, we always stayed connected, but like we had our struggles, like everybody else. But that was when I was doing some wild shit, you know. But then we moved on from that, and then the next song I think actually is it Hourglass.
Yep.
Okay, so this was actually originally a filler song. Like I needed like a filler but I needed to like break down in between like this and like the next set of shit. But I wanted it to like I didn't know what I was gonna do with it for sure. Um, I was actually happy with how it turned out overall, but I didn't know the approach I was gonna take to it at first. I'm like, I know I needed a track in between. I just didn't know what I was gonna do. But yeah, this one I think this one kind of reflects like a little bit of everything, like from growing up to like the shit I saw and like just how life's valuable, and like we don't realize it. Like, we could die tomorrow, we could die tonight, we could die 30 years from now, but uh
You don't know.
it's one of them kind of tracks, you know what I mean?
All
But
right. I'm
I ain't
excited
gonna lie,
for it.
man, I feel pretty fucking good right now. So I be jumping off topic sometimes.
Nah, you're good, dog. The interview has definitely flowed very well.
That's good because I'm flowing too right now. I'm pretty good.
All right, well let's play Hourglass.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let me get serious on this one. Spit some real shit. Cause sometimes you just never know. Your life's like an hourglass, and the saying runs out. Don't take your life for granted, shit can happen any day. I seen a lot of different things and how the things can change. I seen my dad lose color, started looking gray. I thank God he made it through it, made him strong today. I watched my nana and my bat both hit their grave. Before I ever hit the middle school, I can't erase the pain that I saw looking on my mama's face. She lost her parents and her job, and now she's taking care of Dave. I didn't understand the pressure that she must have faced. My Aunt Carol coming home on the holidays. Before we had our family meal, we had to say our grace. And now I'm thanking God I got those memories with me today. I spend days of my life reminiscing, and I got a lot of family members that I'm missing, and a lot of talks with the Lord and his forgiveness, cause I feel like karma's picking on me for some bad decisions. I mean, really, why do bad things happen to good people? We got a lot of questions out there we don't know. We gonna get the answer one day. I just know it.
Yo, that was dope. And for you saying it was supposed to be a filler song,
But it really
definitely
was. I'm
fit
not even
great.
like that was one of the last minute songs that I put on the album. I swear to God. And but I knew I needed something like because I was doing the track list and like because originally it was gonna be 20 tracks and then I was like, but I needed something between that and I think Shelby Special is next. Is Shelby Special next?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's another skit. So I needed a song in between there. And this skit, like, dude, nobody's gonna understand this shit. You might think it's funny anyway. This is some inside shit from my job I work at and shit, but like Daryl's Office kind of had some references in my past album. That was like my album that came out in 2021. I had a skit on there called Daryl's Office, and that was actually about somebody at work at the time, and it actually blew up at work. Like everybody was fucking talking about it like that over like my songs on the album. So I thought it was funny, but this one was kind of like another spoof to that, but it's also like it's where I work, so like I kind of like just put that little it's just more like an inside shit. So people aren't probably gonna get it, but it's funny as shit. But because I know we're getting close to the end of the album now.
Yeah, what do we have?
I think we got like two more.
Song, skit. Yeah.
Yeah, we have 2 songs, 2 skits left. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this one's one. Yeah.
So do you want to play the skit and then jump right into the song? You want to talk about the song that we have coming up
Well, yeah.
after
The
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 skit?
song is the song "Back Down."
Yes.
So that was a song too. That I kind of just threw on there because, like, I like giving every album like its own like variety, and I feel like okay, like I'm talking about my personal life, but like this beat when I heard it, it reminds me of the. I say it in the song because just I don't know. I shouldn't even said it. Looking back when I heard it, I'm like I should have just fucking not said that shit. But it's if you heard the 50 Cent song "Back Down," the beat is like kind of similar to that beat, and so I kind of took his song and like just like took it like with my way of it and like just kind of like I don't know. I made a tough ass song. You know what I mean? So like, and
Yeah.
I was talking shit. You know what I mean? But I'm like, damn. Like I feel like this song like it's so. I like the song because it reminds me of the Back Down. So it's like my little like homage to 50 too in a way because 50 was big in my childhood too.
All
And when I
right.
heard the beat, I'm like, dude, like this goes hard. Like it reminds me of that 50 Cent shit. So I'm like, I took his, if you know his verse, I kind of like did my own. I don't know. I put my own little twist on shit. You know what I mean? So
All right. Well, let's play the
yeah,
skit and then jump right into the song.
hell yeah.
The steps and to the left. Yep, come on up. I'm up here already. I'm Shelby. Nice to meet you, Shelby. I'm Patrick. Oh, please. The pleasure's all mine. We heard all about Daryl's office. Yeah, to be honest, I wasn't really sure how that was going to go over, but I just didn't really give a fuck at the time either. Hold on a minute, Patrick. Excuse me, Jimmy. Can't you see I'm trying to conduct an interview?
There's no more Pepsi in the break room.
Are you
and
serious?
Nobody asked me about overtime yet. You know I need my overtime. I rely on that.
Jimmy, we're going to get it taken care of. I'm trying to do business right now.
He ain't gonna last anyway.
Ain't gonna last around here as long as you.
Oh, pull your pants up.
Oh, come on now, Jimmy, stop harassing him. Patrick, if you signed today, you could start with us tomorrow. And this place that was once a gold mine is slowly falling apart. We could really use your help. You know, I don't think you were supposed to tell me that last part that you told me, but look, I appreciate the honesty and it's cool.
Thank you.
With that kind of approach, man, you know, you've been pretty good to me. I got expensive habits.
Hey, you do.
Shit, you know, I don't even know what else to say. Fuck it. I'm gonna let y'all hire me. I'm
We can
hired.
hire you?
You're hired. You're hired. Okay, good.
Hey, you guys don't keep
You can
people.
start tomorrow. Hell yeah. Follow her. That lady down there, she'll get you sent away, and then
right.
we'll see you in the morning first thing at 7. All right, man. Sounds good.
Just follow these lines. I don't know why he didn't show you where to go. I'm going out here. I'm gonna smoke some cigarettes.
Yeah. It's easy to see when you look at me. If you look closely, stunner, don't back down. Everywhere I go, dope flows for show. East side, west side, both put them raps out. It's the shit they bumpin' when they hatin' on low. Never complimentin', only criticizing, you know. The way the game plays, ain't it funny? People are broke, so come correct with my name, or yo, I'm ready to smoke. Any living being who be being pretend. It's a roll call, boy, only the real get in. Know the game you play, seek your position to fit. Or get stretched out once the new era begin. Like the cap that's on my head, it's no cap within. These lines I'm writing for this verse, I ain't got many friends. Got a lot of acquaintances and we always got haters, but that's okay because I need them. Shit, it helps me with labor. Because I'm working on this music till the day that I quit. I give it all to this mic with every lyric I spit. They hit and puncture shit like a fucking icicle with the flow so cold to give your bitch some hard nipple. Use a Pop-Tart, sweetheart, you soft in the middle. I'll eat you for breakfast and lock your dead remains in my rental. Don't play with me, man, I'm not the one for that shit. I'm the one to run up in your crib and fuck on your bitch. Fuck that bitch. I'll ego check you any day of the week. Real shit. I don't need to be flexing, I put my work in these streets. I cash checks, 8 gets from the tabs and trees. I never had to slip yet, but I'm strapped with heat. No sense of compromise for you fake ass rappers that wanna talk about the bag, but yo, you acting like actors. I'm the real top dog, I'm suiting up for battle. See me on the battlefield, I'll turn your brains to scrap, motherfucker. It's easy to see when you look at me. If you look closely, stunner, don't back down. Everywhere I go, dope flows for show. East side, west side, both put them raps out. It's the shit they bumpin' when they hatin' on low. Never complimentin', only criticizing, you know. The way the game plays, ain't it funny? People are broke, so come correct with my name, or yo, I'm ready to smoke. Yeah. Yo, I had to keep it 50 on this motherfucker. If you know, you know, you should know. Don't act like you don't know. Come on now. Hey. Looney Goons on the motherfucker. Pat Stunner on the motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Bro, that was like my 50 track. When I heard that shit, I'm like, this is my 50 track.
Yeah, that shit goes hard as fuck, man.
I tried to keep it like his fit, you know what I mean? Like if you heard 50's actual song he made, I took my verse and pretty much tried to just like do it in a way that sounded, you know what I mean? Like fucking, like, dude, I love that shit because it go hard as shit. But his is against Ja Rule, that back down. But I remember, man, when I first heard that beat, like man, I'm like, I can't use this beat and not do something like 50. I can't do it. So I had to do that shit. But that was actually sitting too. I was gonna make that a single at one point because that was actually I think that was done before my album was really, started like being the album it was. Cause yeah, that was an older beat. I had that one for a while actually.
Well, that shit turned out dope, man.
Hell yeah, bro. I didn't, yeah. But yeah, I was happy with it though. But I was debating on throwing it on here though at first though, just because I'm like, I don't know, but I feel like the album needed like it has a lot of real shit, but it has like a lot of like heartstrings too. Like I needed something like, like put some aggression, you know what I mean? So like put some bounce in it. But yeah, and I think next year is Supreme song wise.
Yep.
Yeah. And that yeah, so I did Supreme and I think that's a dope ass song. It's one of my favorites from the album actually. Um and then I did the credits after that, which the credits I missed a couple people in the credits, which I knew I was gonna do, but with that skit, I actually had a list written out. And in the skit, I crumble it up and actually throw it down, and that was real, because like I had a list in my hand in real life, and when I did that shit, and I just crumpled it up, and I'm like, fuck it, I kept it authentic, and I wish I would have kept the list looking back now, because I had a lot of names on it. I should have said, and I feel bad, but it is what it is. Some people got shout outs, and some people didn't. But like I said, it ain't personal. It's none of that shit. And you know, but
Yeah, and if you got your feelings hurt, those are your
yeah, no, I
feelings.
just
Deal with them.
Yeah, I just, like, I mean, I should have read the paper. I was feeling myself in the moment. I'm like, man, fuck this paper. And I really did say fuck that paper, and I threw it down, and I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. Like, but I don't know. I could always re-recorded it. I don't know why. I was feeling that at the time. You know what I mean? And I'm like, it sounds good,
Nah,
but
man, that makes it more authentic.
yeah,
Don't
that's what
don't.
it was. It was like one of those moments. I'm like, man, like this is like, like yeah, But
Yeah, that's why I'm saying if anybody got their feelings hurt over it, that's your feelings. Deal with it.
yeah, no, fair. It's fair. It is what it is. But um, yeah, no, it was good. I know. I texted Klish. I texted Klish. I did because I always, me and him talk sometimes like about, like I sent him like the one day I was listening to his shit and I sent it to him, like a picture of it and shit when I was at work, and he's like, yeah, I appreciate that, dog, and he said, and I meant to throw his name out there, just because, it's always love, like, and there's other people, I miss a lot of people, but there's people I'm gonna forget now that I can't say, you know what I mean, that I'll think of later,
Yep,
it
absolutely.
is what it is, but
And Clish
yeah,
is the
but no,
homie. We
this.
were just talking about Clish the other day.
Bro, I'm telling you, like I say, like, as far as like the out, like besides like, people in our direct group or like people that like we always, you know what I mean? Like I'm always happy to see Klish. Klish is like one of my favorite people I've ever met through music. Like I feel like I love his songs. Like I like his music. I feel like I could just vibe with like pretty much anything he puts out. And I think he's a really talented artist. I think there's a lot of talented artists out there. I really do. I think the scene in general has a lot of dope artists. I really do. And then I love to see everybody doing their thing too. It's always good, to see everybody growing and doing things. Yeah. So it's nothing but good shit, man. I can't wish nothing bad on anybody, man. So I hope if you're an artist out there, man, I hope you're doing good. Even if I don't know you, if I know you, whatever, I hope you're doing good. I really do. Because we're all in the long run, we're all in this together.
All right. Well, you want to play Supreme and then just roll right into the last skit?
Yeah, you might as well.
All right. Let's play it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you made it with me this far, we got through a lot of bullshit, right? So if you're still listening, put your drink up, put your smoke up, put your feet up, and tell them, we supreme, we supreme. I'm talking about the people on my team, and my people. I'm talking about the homies on my scene, and my boys. All the love that we share in between, like, we supreme, we supreme. I'm talking about the people on my team, and my people. I'm talking about the homies on my scene, and my boys. All the love that we share in between, like, we supreme, like loaded nachos, we dope like some fiends. Smoking weed in the whip on the streets. We keep it mobile, we pack up some heat like Zach and D, who's that? They my high school homies that I see. A small circle works better for me. Less drama, shit talking, you know what I mean, like, yeah. Ain't here a peep, huh? Got Kendrick blaring at the top, what you mean? Oh, you ain't like that? I'm like that with trees. Hit the green light, I speed right now, please, let's proceed. Cut the loose ends and throw away the scraps. A foundation with structure that lasts. Build that up. Stay protected, your life is your map. So just let me navigate so you can get where I'm at. Well, I don't know about all that. Oh yeah, it's coming back like, we supreme, I'm talking about the people on my team. They my people. I'm talking about the homies on my scene. They my boys. All the love that we share in between, like, we supreme, I'm talking about the people on my team. They my people. I'm talking about the homies on my scene. They my boys. All the love that we share in between, like, my dog Ryan, that's a Brody. You a real one, you always down to ride in. Hell yeah. You back me up whatever place I rap or I'm in. Yeah. We body slam the set like Andre the Giant, man. And that's a fact, It ain't no doubt to me the ones that got my back. It ain't no doubt. It ain't no doubt to me they hate behind my back. They motivate me on this track. I'm killing everyone on wax like, we stay solid. Looney Tunes, that's how my squad rockin'. Yeah, that's my bro. RJ Betting still dropping and producing my shit while that shit stay popping. Cut the loose ends and throw away the scraps. A foundation with structure that lasts. Build that up. Stay protected. Your life is your map. So just let me navigate so you can get where I'm at. Well, I don't know about all that. Oh yeah, it's coming back like we supreme. I'm talking about the people on my team. They my people. I'm talking about the homies on my scene. They my boys. All the love that we share in between like we supreme. I'm talking about the people on my team. They my people. I'm talking about the homies on my scene. They my boys. All the love that we share in between like we supreme. Yeah, bitch, we supreme, motherfucker. You know what I mean? like, God damn. You fucking with the credits, I see. Alright. I just want to give a couple shout outs real quick. First and foremost to my family. From my early days being raised and shown the way of life to the ones we create and we raise, you know what I mean? So it's like a big circle of life. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get done with this list here. Fuck this list, yo. I'm gonna go off the dome and just name a couple people off the top that I know have been there for me and I could call true friends and family. So real quick, I want to shout out some homies. I got Brett, RJB, of course, my homie Ryan, yo. He's my backup dude. He started off as just a fan and he fucking got involved. His boy David, hey, what up David? And my homie Zach, Dion, Luke, Noah, Adam, Gabe, 3XG. I appreciate you for everything you do, dog. You know that shit. And there's a couple other people along the way. I know I'm gonna forget some people, but don't take that shit personal. It ain't no disrespect. But yeah. So that's my life. And that's what y'all get. So until I do something else, suck a dick. Looney Goons, motherfucker.
Yo, that was dope, man.
Oh yeah, man, that was it. I tried to keep that whole like journal like vibe going through the whole way with all the tracks, like turning the page and shit. And hell yeah.
Yeah, Holly
Tried to
said
make-
she liked that a lot.
Hell yeah, I appreciate that. I wanted to do something different, you know what I mean? Like just I've never done this type of project before like that, so I'm like it made sense. Everything made sense to do it that way, you know. But I really enjoyed making this though too. It was, you know, it was a lot of you know, a lot of fun overall. A lot of stress too at times. There was times I didn't know what the fuck to do with certain beats or what I was gonna do and how I was gonna write certain things, but you know, it all comes together. So
Yeah, it usually does in the end. Is Terry done listening?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't even.
Oh, he shook his head yes. He's done listening. I wanted to get his feedback on the project. What'd you think, Terry?
Unmuted.
Yes.
This guy.
It was cool how it was like a whole build up from like the start of the album to the end of it, like as you progressed, you know what I mean?
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, that's what it felt like too. Like I mean, you know, like I feel like I definitely grew, like, you know, through the whole thing, you know, so that's good that, you know, that's what you said, you know, that's cool.
Like quite a few of those songs were very relatable.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I love music that anybody can relate to, you know, in general. Like that's how I love connect. That's how everybody connects with music, you know, if you have something that's relatable, you know, that's definitely important.
You know, because I also too struggled with pain pills for quite a few years, and I used to drink a lot, so like that 21 song. I really liked
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, yeah. I was definitely a little wild when I was younger, and I went through like different spurts with things. I got lucky because I never found myself, getting crazy in the hole with it. But I mean, I've always been heavy into like weed and shit like that. But I mean, luckily that's where I stayed. But I mean, I was doing a lot of acid at one point. I'm not gonna lie. I probably tripped way more than I should have in a month already. But it is
Yeah,
what
I
it
used
is.
to eat a lot of LSD. Now it's just a
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah. Oh, I have nothing against it. I mean, I think my days of tripping are probably. I mean, from everything. I don't know. But I have nothing against tripping then, myself. But I probably if I ever in my life ever tripped again, hypothetically speaking, I think I'd do mushrooms again. Just because I feel like they're just the better way to go. Like acid just feels so I did more acid than I did mushrooms, but I've always I think mushrooms is as much as I don't like the taste of them, I feel like better on them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're definitely a cleaner trip. I'll,
Yeah,
I'll put it
cleaner
that
trip.
way.
Yeah, cleaner. Yeah, because you feel like, especially when you're coming off acid, like man, like you need a shower. You feel so fucking grimy and sweaty, and just like you've been in salt water all day.
Well,
Fucking nasty. But now I ain't gonna lie though. I guess sometimes you got to go through shit and live a little bit, and but I wouldn't recommend it either. At the same time, I'm not saying for people to do acid or go on Vicodins or any type of pain pills. But it's definitely like you said. Music's how we talk about that shit, and get it out. You know.
yeah, it's a great release to get it off your chest
Oh, it
when
is.
it's something you're dealing with, and you can put it down on paper, and then other people can vibe with it and relate to the shit that you've been through in your life. It's that connection.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah, and no, that's important. So no, I think overall, I had a like I said, I was my biggest thing was trying to. I'm like, man, I gotta. My next project I do has to be animated, like for me, like you know what I mean. Like I wanted to kids. I was really happy with animated. There's always tracks on it that I didn't like in the long run, or I could critique all the time. But as an overall project, I was really happy with it. So it was really important for me to try and make this one like as well. I tried to like I was competing with myself, you know what I mean, from my last project to this one, but also one was fun and this one's serious, so it's like I mean they were both fun in the long run. It's always fun to record music in general, you know what I mean, but uh yeah, it's I was happy with the turnout. I'll say that I was happy with how it all came together.
Yeah,
So
I
because I
will
just
say this definitely turned out to be a really great project, and I'm really glad that we were able to do this listening party with you, dog.
absolutely, I was glad you guys had me on, man. I appreciate it for real. It's been a blast. It's been a good time on here. And I appreciate everybody in the comments, that said nice things or kind things, and like I said, you can send me stuff, after we get off here, and I'll definitely be down to work with some people,
Yeah, and for
so
any of y'all that realize that we did this earlier and we pushed a lot faster through the project,
it's my fault because I
he
gotta work.
he's he's got to get some sleep, so we always try to accommodate the artist, and we appreciate y'all tuning.
I figured we'd get a couple people pop in around 8.
Yeah, most people are like, "Oh, wait a minute, 8 o'clock. This is when we're supposed to be doing
That's
it."
when we're starting. Yeah, yeah. I know that's what's always hard, man, because like I said, I'm normally in bed just from getting up. It's I don't know. I've gotten so used to first shift, but at the same time, like I wake up super fucking early on my days off too now. You know what I mean? So like I'm up at
Yep.
like 5 or 6 o'clock a.m. sometimes on a Saturday, bro. And it's just I can't go back to sleep. So
Yeah, I mean, we had a pretty good turnout. There was a bunch of people in here, a bunch of artists in here, and a bunch of people that
yeah,
want to do
I
collab work.
appreciate I appreciated that, man. Everybody drop it in, for real. Like I said it earlier, but it really does mean something to me, everybody, that even said, even if you jumped in for a minute, just the fact that you jumped in at all, So it's definitely means something for sure. I appreciate that.
Well, what are you working on next?
So obviously we're shooting a video for my time, me and RJ. We're trying to get that locked in the next week or so, maybe week or two. I said week or so, but yeah, I sent a couple features out. I don't know. I don't rush anybody. Like, I'm really easy to work with. Um, and I'm not trying to like toot my horn when it comes to this, because I'm just, I really try and give any of my features, like if I have a beat open like with nothing on it, um I'll send it to the artist if they want to work with me, and I'll give them the creative freedom. I'm like, dude, do what you want with this. If you want to write a hook, if you want to write a verse, if you want to do both, whatever you want to do what you want, you know what I mean? And then, unless they prefer me to write it first, because I'm not gonna say I won't. Like, I will write it if they want me to start something for, you know what I mean? Because I've had that before too. I've been a ghostwriter already, man. Like, but for like 3 people already, which is crazy because obviously I'm not a celebrity, but it's just funny to me the idea that I actually was a ghostwriter for people, because I'm like, man, that's crazy.
That's pretty dope.
You know what I mean? But they're not like your all the time rappers either. They're just like this one dude. He enters these rap contests and like, he does his shit, and I try and help him a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say like, cause we kind of come up with shit together, but like there's times that I've written stuff that like he's used, and there's stuff that like we've written together. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There's things that needs this and that. And then there was, for my other buddy, he wanted to make a song for his wife, so I wrote that for him, and then he rapped it, and uh I don't know, it was just little shit like that. But
Yeah, but that's
it's
dope,
so
man,
much,
and it's
dude.
helping
It's
out the
just
homies.
you do that, and I'm always down to like work with people and like, and help anybody I can, and vice versa. That's why I'm more of an old school guy. Like, I'm more like a favor for favor type guy. Like, if you do a feature for me, I'll do one with you. Unless you're like, fucking, one of the like, I don't know, if fucking Tyler the Creator asked me for like a feature or wanted to do, you know what I mean? Like, that'd be crazy. You know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
right now, like, I mean, I'm trying to, I just want to build with everybody and grow with everybody, you know what I mean? And like, I feel like if everybody like, comes together and we can really get some work in and get shit chopped up, it could really be something cool, because there's a lot of really good artists out there that, are really good. And then there's some that like, if they would just, make some crazy shit, and it could be a game changer, it
Yep.
could be the next thing that blows up, and nobody knows it yet, but yeah, so I'm all about that, man. But yeah,
All right, dog. Well, I think we covered everything. Is there
I
anything that
think
we missed?
no, I don't think we missed anything, man. I think you did a good job with this show, and it all ran really good. It was really cool being on here again, man.
Yeah, we appreciate having you, dog.
Absolutely, I appreciate you guys making the time adjustments and all that stuff too.
Oh
So
yeah, we're always here to help, dog.
absolutely, man.
Well, on that note, my name's Aaron, and I'm an undergroundaholic.
LaZyEyed, I'm an undergroundaholic.
And I'm Patrick Stunner, and I'm an undergroundaholic.
All right, y'all know what it is. Y'all have a great week, and we'll see y'all next Sunday. Holly, take us out of here.
Thanks, everybody. Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Undergroundaholics, this undergroundaholics. We undergroundaholics, yeah, we all a bunch of holics, yeah. All a bunch of holics, yeah. All a bunch of holics, yeah. Undergroundaholics, yeah. Interviews, the atmosphere is crazy like a bat was here. We're lazy, blazing, kush fast bumping.